Live on the JayLamar Show.
I'm on a mission to get it. About to count me $1 million. I'm chasing 7-figure dreams. Let's get it.
The JayLamar Show.
Get up and get it. No more wasting my time. Gotta get to 7 figures, man, one day at a time. Cause I hustle and grind. I hustle and grind. Just trying to inspire. So I hustle and grind. Gotta get up.
You are now tuned in live to the JayLamar Show, brought to you by HustleIsLifeBrand.com, inspiring hustle and grind through apparel since 2017. Visit HustleIsLifeBrand.com. And now, your host, JayLamar.
Put all the BS to the side and keep my mind on this grind. I ain't worried about theirs, no, I'm just trying to get mine. A very consistent hustler, I'm always.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, the JayLamar, and you are now tuned into what is episode 9 of season 2 of the award-winning JayLamar Show Live. We are back. It's your favorite place to be on a Tuesday night. It's your favorite place to be on the internet and social media on a Tuesday night with your tacos. If you ain't got tacos right now, you really messing up the vibe, man. You really messing up. You really messing up. I don't know what to tell you. You really messing up. I'm just kidding. But welcome y'all. So we got a very interesting stream that we're gonna do today. We're gonna have some people that's gonna interact. But today we are gonna talk about. We're gonna address men and mental health. All right. You know what I'm saying? So this, I warn y'all, this one is going to be a very deep one. I'm going to have a few people that's going to call in and chime in. There's going to be some people in the chat that join us that, are going to, basically, open up about how they deal with it, mental health. But my goal tonight, all right, is not to discredit what women go through as far as mental health and depression and things like that. All right, it's not to discredit the women. In fact, what I am hoping that a lot of women tune in, because I think that by the end of tonight's show, my goal is to basically bridge the gap on mental health between men and women, so that we know how to better deal with and help out people immediately around us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have a lot of different ways of how they deal with things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to open up a little bit about myself and how I kind of deal with it. Not that I'm like a super depressed person, but I have my moments. We're human. I think everybody has those moments. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully today's show is going to be more about educational. But when I say men and mental health, I had to put the highlight on there because we all know, and like I said, once again, this is not to discredit women, all right, and what they go through. But we all know at the end of the day that there are not that many, there's not a lot of, there are some, but there's not a lot of outlets out there for men and for women for men when it comes to mental health issues. And I'll tell y'all a little bit real quick about what prompted this episode to happen today is, and a big part of that I'll share with you guys later, on a personal note. But, for the last few months, I've been hearing a lot of the homies around me, close to me, people that I associate with, look up to, do business with, break bread with. They have taken their initiative to kind of open up about their, things that they're going through, their depression, their mental health, and kind of how they're dealing with it, things of that nature, right? And I think we're at a point now, where, men are comfortable with talking about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that's kind of what I want to piggyback on. You know, my big homie Dub C's has a show. You know, he's discussed it on a show many a different times that he usually does, sometimes on like Wednesdays and sometimes on the Underground Power Hour. My homie Izzy Mack, Glazed Out Radio. You know, he kind of shared his little personal thing that he's kind of going through on his show on Sunday, on Soul Sundays. Make sure y'all go look up Glazed Out Radio on here on Spreaker as well too, man. You know, they got some good content over there. I love the content of their show. Make sure y'all swing over there. But he kind of opened up his this Sunday, and then yesterday my homie, my uncle Michael Jamal, you know, kind of opened up about his, you know, what he's going through with mental health. And so with people so close to me, you know, kind of opening up about it, I want to open up a little bit myself. And also, but my sole purpose is basically to bring awareness to the cause, and just basically help bridge that gap, you know. And I want today to be a no judgment zone. I want it to be educational. So, you know, I'm hoping for a lot of interaction here. Feel free to drop, you know, your personal stories. You know what I'm saying? If you not comfortable with sharing your personal stories, then of course you don't have to. But I do ask that, you know, everybody keeps their judgments to themselves. This is going to be a no judgment zone. You know, and I am watching the chat very, very heavily today. I have two different screens that I'm watching it on. And I will ban and delete any super judgmental comments because I'm not here to damage anybody, and we're not here to damage anybody. All right. So with that being said, there's going to be a number that once I get my callers out of the way, my special guests that have told me that they're going to chime in. You know, once we get those out of the way, we're gonna have short conversations with you guys. So there's going to be a number that will be given, and I'm hoping that you all will take the initiative to give us, you know, call and give us your feedback and give us your personal story. We will keep them very short. As you know, we only have 3 hours. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into some music really quick. And I figured today I started off with myself just because for some odd reason a lot of people want to hear me, I guess, whatever. But I've been getting requests for me to play myself on the podcast. And as y'all know, I don't like to hear myself that often like that. Because I listen to it all the time, and especially when I make it, you know. So, but nonetheless, we're gonna kick the show off with me today. My single "Perspective" Part 1, which actually, let me do a shameless plug really quick. As of today, we are 15 days away from "Perspective" Part 2 and my 32nd birthday. All right. It is on a Wednesday. I didn't get to have a birthday on Taco Tuesday this year. It sucks. I know. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to do a show for my birthday. I might actually do a birthday show. I'm not actually sure yet because I might be out of town that day. But nonetheless, Perspective Part 2 drops on March 18th. It's going to drop on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all on the lookout for that. So I can't wait for y'all to hear that, man. I'm really excited about this one, as I'm really excited about everything that I do, but I'm really excited about this one. I think this one goes me a little bit deeper. So with that being said, let's quit out the talking because we got a lot of talking to do going forward in the show. So we're gonna get into some music, man. We're gonna kick it off with myself, the JayLamar, and this right here is called Perspective, right here on the award-winning JayLamar Show Live. Let's get it.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
Yeah. Yeah. JayLamar. Hustle is life. 7-figure dreams. I'm on a mission to get it. I'm about to count me a million. Let's get it.
The dream is free to hustle souls separately. I manifest success with goodwill and some integrity. To go from nothing to everything, yeah, that's my objective. The definition of a hustler from my perspective. The The dream is free to hustle sold separately. I manifest success with goodwill and some integrity. To go from nothing to everything, yeah, that's my objective. The definition of a hustler, from my perspective. When all started as a dream, it's closer to reality. I monetize the talents, put an increase on my salary. Trying to turn a couple dollars to a couple million. Trying to see my brand lit up on a couple buildings. Let's get it. Many days and many nights it was crash and burn. In many ways, it'll pay off in the long term. A lot of hustle, sacrifices, and a lot of patience. A couple reasons why I know that one day I'm gonna make it. Lost some friends along the way, and I ain't even hate it. The good vibes and intentions was not reciprocated. And now I look back, it seems that I'm better off. I keep the scissors tucked in case to cut some more off. To anybody with dreams, wake up and go achieve them. And anybody that doubts you, please just get up and leave them. Get with people that's really proud when you win. Cause most got hidden agendas, or the envy in the end. Look out. The dream is free to hustle sold separately. I manifest success with goodwill and some integrity. To go from nothing to everything, yeah, that's my objective. The definition of a hustler, from my perspective. The dream is free to hustle sold separately. I manifest success with goodwill and some integrity. To go from nothing to everything, yeah, that's my objective. The definition of a hustler, from my perspective. Yeah.
The dream is free to hustle sold separately.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go from nothing to everything, yeah, that's my objective. The definition of a hustler, from my perspective.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. Let's get ready to hustle! Live tonight on The JayLamar Show. This is JayLamar Show exclusive.
I've been staying low-key just a bit. Still rolling papers up, don't forget it. Secure the bag, go on and get it. I see shit really different. I show love, I admit it. Them niggas lame, I ain't winning. Them bitches fake, you defending. We in the club, you try and get in. Watch how I ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. Liddy in my city now. Fucked around and brought the city out. Millie Hub City, green top, I'ma hold it down. You know me, this shit easy. Now they fucking with me, see. I turned them into believers. Hit my cash app for features. Link up, watch how I ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. Watch how I ball out. Ball out, ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. All out, all out.
The JayLamar Show.
Everybody asking me like, where you been? I've been staying low-key just a bit. Still praying for the folks we lost last year. That petty shit, get it out of here. Watching you call your bro and sis. I'm too legit to quit. Lately I've been on my shit. Turn me up just a bit. Who drinking? Let's get lit. Them OGs out, all of them. Shoot out above the rim. I don't care who you get. Shorty been on my dick. Ain't no half stepping, I'm in. They been talking crazy, that shit don't faze me. I stayed humble just for my babies. When I make it out, it's for my babies. For my babies. Watch how I ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. Watch how I ball out. Ball out. Ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. All out. All out. Watch how I ball out. Ball out. Ball out. Tonight I'm going all out. All out. All out.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
So Jeezy, nigga. Let me preach to him. RMG. Let me preach to him. Welcome to the real Illuminati. They say a nigga acting funny cause I done bossed up. Got tired of trapping and watching out for the setup. I had to elevate on niggas, get my bands up. Cause ain't no sense in lose, you got the strength, you better man up. I eliminate that bullshit, duck all the fuck niggas. When they ran up that bag, I'm looking like what's up nigga. Now embrace me with that shine, that glitz and glamour. Shake the dick, that big homie talking some of y'all can't comprehend. Imaginary tough nigga, subliminal ass pillar talk. Running on some different rules, the reason I don't fuck real shit. Principles I stand on them. King of my own kingdom, I really don't give a fuck if you up or you poppin', nigga. Focus on my own lane, doing what it takes to win. A living, breathing legend, one of Garfield planet, this is sick. Graduated from Pelham Dimes and Knicks up the windows and the corners. I'm a goat, so respect me for a nigga. Get the pulverizing niggas. TSG, let me preach to him. RMG to him. Yeah, come right back. I ain't doing no time for no small time bullshit. But if you touch one of mine, I'm doing that yard, bitch. Now settle with we energies and now I'm cooking, nigga. Bake your asses to 50, forget about it. Dub, bro, I make it look easy. I'm elevating at a fast pace. Niggas just pile up in the same whip. This ain't no team race. You better off running off with yourself. If you want me, and what stories I could tell a nigga. All facts and no fiction. Legendary hood, nigga. That legendary hood shit. Yes, I keep a tight lip, cause loose lips ain't shit. Never speak about the situations in the ghetto. Cause ain't no way of telling who is listening. Yeah, I'm saying, check it out. Use a grown man, go ahead, get your shit on. Stretch back, holla out the window, bitch, I'm on. I'm a one-on-one, so ain't no fucking competition on my compound straight. I ain't tripping on no image. I'm a zone and do me, and you can zone and do you. Just don't reach your breaking point, I'm finna zone right through. Build up my brand, stay true. Fuck all that what y'all do. I ain't no clone, motherfucker. I just do what I do. RMG. Let me preach to him. Let me preach to him.
The JayLamar Show. Let's slow it down. The award-winning JayLamar Show. Live.
All you gotta do is talk to me, and I'll be there for you. I know what you're going through. Baby, you don't have to cry no more. I pray to God he'll open the door. Baby, I'm right here for you. Come give me a hug and let me hold you, babe. Oh, oh, oh.
This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Baby, let me take this time to show you how I really feel, how much I really love you even when things aren't real. Leaning over to kiss you on your forehead, cause I know how special it makes you feel. So just go ahead, lay back and relax and let me do all the work. Regardless of everything, girl, you know you're first. All I wanna do is make everything alright. Baby, we can make up and make love the rest of the night.
Baby, you don't have to run from me. All you gotta do is talk to me, and I'll be there for you. I know what you're going through. Baby, you don't have to cry no more. I pray to God he'll open the door. Baby, I'm right here for you. Come give me a hug and let me hold you, babe.
Come on.
Oh, oh,
You see, baby, now when I'm looking in your eyes as I'm holding your hand, feeling like a king, cause just from your man, you got lips like marshmallows, keep me holding on to my youth. Every time we kiss it like satisfying my sweet tooth. I wanna make you smile from ear to ear when I'm near. Be all in all protective, keeping you from fear. Most of all, baby, I love you, and that's the reason why I'm asking, can I be the one to wipe tears from your eyes?
baby, you don't have to run from me. All you gotta do is talk to me, and I'll be there for you. I know what you're going through. Baby, you don't have to cry no more. I pray to God he'll open the door. Baby, I'm right here for you. Come give me a hug and let me hold you, babe. Oh, oh, oh.
You see, girl, now anything that seems to be a threat can be moved. Cause if it ain't for your love, then I ain't got nothing to prove. But if it is, girl, I wanna give you my all. Never let you touch the ground, catch you before you can fall. Let's leave the past where it is and start a new life. Among all my accomplishments, can I make the additional right? No rush, can I take your time? There's no need for fear. Let me absorb all your pain and dry all your tears.
Baby, you don't have to run from me. All you gotta do is talk to me. Baby, I'll be there for you. I know what you're going through. Baby, you don't have to cry no more. I pray to God he'll open the door. Baby, I'm right here for you. Come give me a hug and let me hold you.
Promise out.
Let's get ready to hustle! Live tonight on the JayLamar Show. You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
Yes, indeed. That gangsta shit at last. Black gloves, black mask, coming for your crack stash. I'ma let that Mac blast. You bragging about your stacks of cash like a car on 4 flats. That'll get you jacked fast. Boy, you a pussy. You say you move them white bricks. 100,000 for your chain. Damn, that's a nice lick. Don't be stunting around here. We'll take your life quick. Your niggas want beef. I kill your dogs. Word to Mike Vick. I fuck with Killer, cause that man shoulder weight. When I'm starving, I'm robbing. Batman's protege, resorting back to past crimes. These ain't just jack rhymes, all these niggas cookies. And guess what? It's snack time. Get rid of witnesses, cause they might snitch. I always keep the strap on like a dyke bitch. I don't care what none say, they don't want their gunplay. Use the shotgun more than the Patriots on Sunday. Let a hater feel these hot slugs and melt their face. Grilled cheese, SK, this is what you call real G's. And even though I got soldiers, nigga, I still squeeze. Real when I do hits, kill when I shoot shit. Blow your smarts out just for looking at me stupid. The truth is I'm ruthless. Plus I'm getting sicker like untreated lupus. Losers, niggas keep saying when they see me they gon' murder me. Chances of that happening slim, get left burning me. I don't take it personally, but certainly I murder beats. The way they steal my bars, they should be charged with burglary. Shout out to Third Degree, my nigga on lockdown. Your big homie done came up, I'm on top now. These niggas been the guy found, shot down with hot rounds. Cause I'm bound to pop clowns if they front on my town. On my team, or anybody close to me. Red and black, reppin' the Ville, nigga, like I'm supposed to be. Love my niggas locally, but I'm trying to do this globally. People out in Africa, listening, quoting me. Nah, I ain't boasting, G, just refuse to flow for free. If you want me on the track, then you paying dough a fee. R.I.P. Donnie McFly and Static Major. We do this music to the death. Gladiator.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
LL, street top, flow crack, no re-rock. Underground like Shock G, tryna move up to this G-shot. Bad bitch in her knee-highs, 2-player, I see why. Straight law like T.Y., nigga straight law like T.Y. Bad bitch, she super fine, I knew she was from the whole time. OG, yo, no G, 93 in my bloodline, man, 9 trays that sound, nigga. 9 trays that sound, nigga. No sideshow for these clown niggas. Brady wanna be down, niggas. Like real talk, when it comes to life, I'm really not that high. They say be real, and when you be real, man, it ain't the real that they like. Real talk, when it comes to life, I'm really not that high. They say be real, and when you be real, man, it ain't the real that they like. 9-3, OG, yo, no G. She feel same, but she fuck more on my old shore like Al B. Man, bae rockin' her playlist. How many times I'ma say this? Yo, hey, bitch, my B bitch. Only real niggas can see this.
Live on the JayLamar Show.
Roxford, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Roxford, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Roxford, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. spitting ill. Young rough and he on the block. My niggas, we keep still. This real, this fast. 93, yeah, we spit crack. Hating on me, I grit max and shoot faces and limb flat. Spitting flows, I'm on the grind. Told niggas I'm about to shine. 93, OG and LL, you done lost your mind. Fuck nigga, we about to shine. Fuck nigga, we about to grind. On tour, y'all niggas know that y'all looking for. Look nigga, this is too true. Bars hot like voodoo. Make you niggas say so woo. My flows is so cool. This shit is too real. My flows is too crack. 93, that's a new vibe. And you know that I'm spitting crack.
Hey, bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Rocks of fur, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Rocks of fur, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Rocks of fur, popular, hoes everywhere. Bad bitch in that lingerie, man, that's ready wear. Rocks of fur, popular, hoes everywhere.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
Yeah. Welcome back. Had to give y'all a music break really quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a couple people call in here in a little bit. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna go ahead and break some things down from my perspective, kind of like what I go through and kind of like how I deal with certain things, and then I'll go into a music break, and then that in between that time, one of the people that's gonna be calling, or more than likely hopefully will be ready to call in and give their take. So actually I'm gonna play one more song first, and then we'll go ahead and get into that. So I'm going to kick it off how, you know what I'm saying, how I go through certain things, and, basically just what I call mild depression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna open up a little bit about that and how I deal with it. And then we're going to play more music, probably about a couple songs, and then we'll have our first caller call in and, talk for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll just keep going like that, alternating. So I'm going to play one more song really quick, and then we'll come back and I'll kick it off. Let's go. It's the award-winning JayLamar Show. Make sure y'all get those shares up, man. Share it to your Twitter, share it to your Facebook, tell your moms, your pops, your uncle, all of them. Go ahead, tune in, man. It's the best place to be on the internet on a Tuesday night, man. It's the award-winning JayLamar Show live. Let's go.
This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Stole Jeezy, nigga.
Let's get ready to hustle.
Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind. I gotta get paper. I gotta go win. Cause I play to win. Cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck what y'all niggas saying again? Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind. I gotta get paper. I gotta go win. Cause I play to win. Cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck what y'all niggas
Show.
That's ain't no wine team, that's a damn lie. Keep it real when you looking at a man's eye. Respect, that's some shit that you can't buy. I'm one of them rappers that you can't try. Try to scam, I don't think you get away with it. Got goons on deck and they stay with it. Like yourself if you really wanna play with it. Gotta walk away for your ass to lay in it. Nigga, this feel my pain, that real Illuminati. True independent grinders, we don't need nobody. We finna team up like Jordan and Scotty. Drop a project like Moneybag and Gotti. Ride state to state with merch in the shotty. Shooting to the money like my nigga Ricky Bobby. Do this rap shit for real, ain't never been a hobby. Got real fans waiting on some meals in the lobby.
Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind. I gotta get paper. I gotta go win. Cause I play to win. Cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck what y'all niggas saying again? Who the fuck what a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? team, y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck was that nigga said that wasn't no wine team, y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind, I gotta get paper, I gotta go win, cause I play to win, cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck were y'all niggas saying again? What the fuck is you niggas really thinking? Lil' bro, man, you know I go hard. Pressure, the fact that you saying no I in your team, y'all gonna have to recall. Yep, cause I got my bag right, I got my own back. Let's go. I had to put myself on a better path, cause I wasn't losing, cause I had to get back. Mention me, I am the team. Mention me, I am the dream. Mention me, cause a motherfucker about to go crazy. You niggas don't know what I mean. Yeah, I am the team. Made it happen by my damn self. Money route, I got tunnel vision. Go and get it like I'm winning. Please excuse me, pimpin'. Running man to the paper route. Cocky though, cause I done cashed out. Loved ones and fuck niggas done shitted on me, so I evened out. But now you niggas call me Jeezy Perry. Grind it out, we making different stories. RMG is the legacy, and it's still no cosign. Illuminati. Who the fuck was a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck was a nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind, I gotta get paper, I gotta go win, cause I play to win, cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck were y'all niggas saying again? Who the fuck was that nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. Who the fuck was that nigga said that wasn't no wine team? Y'all niggas lying. I stay on my grind, I gotta get paper, I gotta go win, cause I play to win, cause all that I know that I'm all that I got. So what the fuck were y'all niggas saying again?
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. Let's get ready to hustle! This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Yo, what is up? All right, y'all. So, in case you haven't realized yet, today, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get a little deep, you know what I'm saying? So, first and foremost, you know, if you're like a super emotional person, you might not want to stick around, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have some people call in. We're talking men and mental health, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm hoping that, like I said, my goal with tonight's episode is to bridge the gap between male and female, and you know, for pretty much female to understand men when it comes to their mental health and depression, and you know, how to deal with different types of personalities. So I know I have one person that's going to be calling in for sure. I'm hoping that 2 more people call in, and then the reason that these particular people I'm excited that if they do call in is because they are different types of people, and so they will be able to give their own perspective as to what they go through and how they deal with it. Like I said, I promise I'm going to try to keep them all short so that we can have a lot of people call in, because I am going to put the number live in the chat here, and and you'll have about 10 to 15 minutes to get, you know, do your thing, and kind of just talk about, you know, something that you go through and how you go through things. And it's pretty much educational, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much educational. So like I said before, I just played Let's Go Jeezy song, I and Team featuring C Mills. I told y'all that I was going to kick it off. I'm going to talk about, you know, kind of some of the things that I go through now. I'm not a person that can say that, you know, I'm a seriously depressed person. You know what I'm saying? My life is not all sunshine and rainbows. Or like I say, it's not all good, but it's not all bad either. You know what I'm saying? I too much can't complain, you know what I'm saying? But there are times that, you know, I go through things. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this episode today, not only because, like I said earlier, like some of my homies have started to open up about how they're dealing with depression and mental health and things like that. And these are guys that are immediately around me. But this month, March, is going to be, it is the most emotionally unstable month for me for the rest of my life. Now, let me give y'all a quick background history on why I say that. All right, so it's a lot of ups and downs to this. All right, so we started off. Actually, here's a timeline, and when you see how close it is, you'll see kind of why. You know what I'm saying? Now, to start it off, my timeline, on the 6th is my grandmother's and my aunt's birthday. Okay. On the 12th, I have a cousin's birthday. But on the 12th, March 12th, is also the day that my baby brother was killed a couple years ago. Him and my sister-in-law, rest in peace to them. You know what I'm saying? It's something that that's one thing that I still try to get over. I mean, this is my baby brother. I only have 2 brothers. I only have 2 real life blood brothers. Both of them are younger than me. I lost one a couple years ago. Pretty much, defending himself and was executed pretty much. So that's the first blow. That's the first kind of like blow. All right. And then a couple days later, you have March 18th, the magic day. It's my birthday. Usually, I wouldn't say I'm not excited about my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that, I took another rotation around the sun, and I'm blessed to be here, blessed to still have the health that I got. But when you have all of this emotional around you, it's kind of hard to be completely excited about it. So here's where the table turns, okay? On the very next day after my birthday, March 19th, is the day that my grandmother passed away. This is the same grandmother that her birthday is on the 6th, okay? My grandmother played a huge role into the development of me as a child. She was there. She was one. I was in situations where I was jumbled between family members, between like my father, my grandmother, my mother. I even was out of Wisconsin for a while, with my aunt and uncle Kevin down in Arizona. She raised me. That, she was a big part of who raised me, you know what I'm saying? And I lost her due to complications of cancer. She had cancer since I was in like 5th grade, and I didn't find out about it until I was in like 7th grade because she hid it from people and she didn't really want the kids to know. So I was kind of upset, and she got rid of it for a while. For a while, and it came back a couple years ago, and she just kind of rapidly deteriorated. One day I went to see her and she was up, going to Potawatomi was her thing, playing bingo. She was back into that habit, kind of back working and things like that too. And then, a couple days later, boom, she's, starting to be down for the count, and had to slowly watch her deteriorate for at least maybe 6 months after that. And that was a very, very painful process to watch that happen. Like I said, as she was one of the people that raised me. So that's hard. Now, the reason that hits so much harder is because I had just got done, when I got the phone calls, I had just got in from celebrating my birthday. And, all of my brothers and sisters were blowing my line up. And at that point, we knew by this time, we didn't think she was going to live to see her birthday after that, but she did. I had just got in that night from celebrating my birthday. Wasn't drunk or anything because I don't drink, but I was out having fun, came back home to relax and decompress. And as I started to lay my head down and get ready to go to bed because I had to go to work the next morning, I started getting the phone calls. And, my brothers and sisters, we all have to do a better job, but they don't really call me like that. Like we do communicate, we get along. I love my brothers and sisters to death. We don't have any malice against each other. We're just adults and we kind of do our thing, and we don't talk to each other as much. We make sure to check on each other though. We are fully aware of what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just we catch up every now and then, right? But my brothers and sisters don't blow my line up for nothing. They don't, you know what I'm saying? If they call me and they miss the call, they'll text or something and say, hey, you know what I'm saying, we're just calling to check on you, or, you know, call me when you can, da-da-da-da. Well, especially my other brother that is living, my brother Darrell, you know what I'm saying? I knew what it was at first because my brother does not call me. Yeah, he will text me, but my brother does not call me. Even when something is wrong, my brother does not call me, all right? So when I seen him start to blow my line up, I immediately knew it was something wrong, but I kind of was like, shit, something's wrong. My very first thought was my grandmother. It wasn't even, you know, something was wrong with somebody else. My first thought was it was my grandmother. And I wasn't ready to accept it yet. Like, I knew it was coming, and, we were all aware that it was coming. You know, we were put on notice. She lasted a little bit longer than she was anticipated to, right? So my brother, he called me about 2 to 3 times, and I didn't press ignore. I just kind of let the phone ring, and, I kind of started to think. And I almost, jumped in my car and was going to go over there, but I laid down because I was super, super tired, and I didn't want to drive like that. So eventually I fell asleep. 20 minutes later, my sister under me started calling me. And once again, my brothers and sisters, we don't call each other like we should. And they definitely don't blow me up for anything. Even when something is wrong, they do not blow me up. And me being the oldest, you would think they would. But they don't. And, you know what I'm saying? So she started calling me, and then my baby sister on my mother's side started to call me. And then my mom called me. And when my mom and my baby sister started to call me, I then knew right then and there what was happening. I knew it. I didn't want to answer the phone to hear it. I kind of broke down. I didn't break down, but I broke down a little bit. And I wasn't ready to accept it yet, although I knew it was coming. I had to take the time to process. And I waited till the next morning to get up and finally call everybody. And, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yeah, I'm ready now. Like, I know what it is. Like, you don't even have to tell me. I know what's next, and it got confirmed that grandma had finally, went to rest. And that was hard. Like I said, this is a woman that was very instrumental in my childhood, was there for me forever. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't ready to accept that yet. But part of me was also relieved because I know how much she suffered before, when she first got the cancer and before she got rid of it, and I know how much she suffered after. And I think she suffered worst the second time it came around. And I don't want to say it to be in a mean way, but I got tired of going and seeing her every other day, seeing her like she was. So a part of me was kind of selfishly relieved. Well, the selfish part of me wanted her here. You know what I'm saying? But the unselfish part of me said, let's be glad she's not suffering. She's not in pain no more. She's not in suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to a point where my grandmother was in pain, but she couldn't really express her pain, and it was rough. And to see a strong lady, and I tell you, my grandma, I feared my grandma. Like, I really, really feared my grandma. Like, she was, my grandma was something else. Still love the hell out of my grandmother. And, you know what I'm saying? To know that strong of a human, and seeing things that she's seen and things that she's went through, and to see her just kind of wither down like that, it did something to me. Like, I really, really couldn't take it. So I kind of went into a depression about that, and this was not longer after I lost my baby brother. When that happened, I completely lost it. That was probably the only time I've ever thought about self-harm. That was probably the only time I ever thought about going around just doing dumb shit to people because I was so hurt and so angry that I just wanted to go and fuck everything up. You know what I'm saying? That was probably the only time I really, besides when my father got killed, which we'll move on to a little bit. Actually, we'll go ahead and move into that now. So then the day after, let's recap. March 18th is my birthday. March 12th is the day that I lost my baby brother. Okay. March 18th is my birthday. A couple hours later, into March 19th, is when my grandmother passed away. And then we go the very next day, which is my father's birthday, which I lost my father back in 2008 due to gun violence and drugs. Now, it wasn't him that was involved in the drugs or the gun violence. There was a guy, and from stories that I know, the guy was high off of pills and ecstasy and just went in the club with a gun and started shooting. And my father was the only one that got hit multiple times and was killed. You know what I'm saying? My father raised me. My father was there my entire life. So to lose him was another huge chunk of me. Now, this happened way back in 2008. This was before my baby brother. This was before my grandmother. And the last major death I had before him was my great grandmother. Way back in 96. I was still a child then, still in elementary school. My father was there for me my entire life. My father raised me, for a good majority of my life, the majority of my childhood. My father was there. My father was a father, and I lost him. And he wasn't even beefing with nobody, The guy was on drugs and just randomly felt like he wanted to go shooting people. And, we found that out after, that he didn't know my dad. He didn't know anybody in the club. The club was the first place that he saw right when he was in his experience of high or whatever. And he had the gun and he just went in there and started shooting. And, that took a lot out of me because, one, not even knowing that I was actually right down the street from that bar. I was that night, I was with my homie Sparks, and we were recording in the studio. This happened on 5th and North Avenue here in Milwaukee, or 6th. If you're from Milwaukee, you know that Wendy's that sits on 6th and North. And then there's a highway right there. Well, it's a block down. There was a jazz club, and it's still there to this day. It's closed down. It's been closed down since. It's a white building. You can still even see the bullet holes in the front. And it's not a lot of them, but you can still see it. But yeah, my dad was somebody that, everybody liked. But coincidentally, I was there. Well, I wasn't there, but I was right down the street, actually, not even knowing. I hadn't talked to my dad in a few weeks before this, but not even knowing, I was right down the street. On Holton and North, at my guy Sparks' house, we were recording, we were late, we were up late recording, and, in the midst of him taking me home, or actually, no, by that time I had a car. So by the midst of me driving home, I drove past there. Having to get home, I drove past there. And obviously not knowing my father is in there, and my father is the one being carried out of there, I rode right past it. And then I make it home, I tell all my boys good night. I was actually, I was still staying with my mother at the time, and my girlfriend at the time was there. Went to bed as normal and woke up the next day, and I was in college at the time. I was going to Bryant and Stratton College downtown Milwaukee, and I was working at Potawatomi. I was actually getting ready to get up and go ready for the day because I went to school during the daytime and I went to work at nighttime. So I was getting ready to get my stuff together for school. My mom, they were up already, and my stepmother, who I love so much as well too, my stepmother comes to the door with my auntie, and she gives a knock on the door, and I was still asleep. Like, I'm so fresh awake that I'm still asleep. Like, I can't process anything at this point, right? She would come and check on me. She would come and call me, check on me. My stepmother, again, was somebody, very, very instrumental in my life. I don't call her my stepmother. That's my mother to me. But she came and, kind of got that knock on the door, and she stood me up for a minute. And usually my stepmother, even, since she's very big smile, very, very vibrant personality, and I didn't get that morning, obviously. So when I'm starting to slowly wake up, and I'm starting to, I see my auntie's face, so I'm like, what's going on? And, as I start to kind of come to and, wake up and get a drink of water or whatever, she just comes out with it. It's like, your dad got killed last night. And I was just standing there at first like, wait, what? Like, I was like, wait, what? No, that's not, nah. And, she was like, yeah, he was at a bar last night. He was at a jazz bar, and he got shot 4 times. Once in the face, and a couple times in the torso. And I was like, nah. And like I said, I'm still waking up, so I'm still trying to process this, and I'm waking up, and it just settled in. It just sets in. Everybody started calling me. People start pulling up to the house where I was that knew my dad, like all of his friends. And I go over to my stepmom's house. So everybody was kind of meeting up over there. And I'm just like, this is fucking real. This is fucking real. And I didn't cry until the funeral. Like, I did not believe my father was gone until the funeral. Like, and that's when it hit me. I didn't know for a while where my dad was buried at. Like, I knew, but I didn't know, because on the way from the funeral home, I left. I hopped out of the limo and I left. I think I caught a bus and I went home. I didn't go home. I went straight to where the repast was going to be. I did not go to the cemetery. I cannot sit there and I cannot sit there in the mindset that I was in and watch them put my dad into the ground. I would have fucking lost it. And I know I would have lost it. Like, I was sitting there, and I had already started picturing it. And I pictured myself going absolutely ballistic. And I was like, no, I can't do this. I will meet y'all. I can't do it. I'm going to meet y'all at the repast. I cannot watch them put my dad into the ground. The person that raised me, I can't. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I got to do this to protect me. I got to do this to protect y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't do it. I cannot handle this right now. So I'm not going to go. I know somewhere deep down, my father was probably pissed the fuck off at me that I didn't go. But I think at the same time, he would have understood, because I have a similar temper as him. We are that cool until it takes a lot for us to really go there. And that was going to take me there. Me watching them lower him into the ground, lower that casket into the ground, was going to take me there. And I didn't want to go there. So I skipped it. I did not know for a few years where he was. Because getting emotional. Hold on. There was a while that by choice I did not know where he was. Like, I knew the cemetery, but I didn't know where his plot was, because I had to wait till I was able to handle it. And I finally grew up a little bit, and grew up a little bit more, and I finally started going to see him. You know what I'm saying? But Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Getting a little emotional, y'all. But on top of March 20th being my father's birthday, right? On top of March 20th being his birthday, it is also the same day that we buried my baby brother right next to him. His baby boy. His baby boy. My baby brother, his baby boy. I have a brother on his side of the family, and I have a brother on my mom's side. But he was the baby. And that was my father's baby boy. You know, it was only us two. Hold on, y'all. It's also the same day that we buried my baby brother right next to him. And also right next to him, right next to my father, was my grandmother and my grandfather. So, to be there at that moment, thankfully I was actually strong enough for them to go to my brother's burial and see that happen. I was surprised at how I handled it. But I did. And hold on, y'all. Hold on. I was there, and I went through with it because I told myself I wasn't gonna do it to him, and I tried to mentally prepare myself, and so you know that you know right there is kind of a double blow, you know, all in one day. And that's kind of where it ends a little. That's kind of pretty much where it ends. You know, like, and then I have my other brother's birthday is on the 21st. And then I have my uncle's birthday, which is at the end of the month. You know, so it's kind of the most emotional month of my life for the rest of my life since 2008. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad I'm doing this today, is because, you know, I usually go through a small depression. Now, I don't go into a depression where I think about like self-harm or I'm going to do something to myself. I just go into a dark mode where, you know, I'm just sad, you know. But over the years, I've learned, you know, I tell people, and I usually make a post at the beginning of March that, you know, kind of is like a disclosure to everybody. It's like, yo, I might be a little bit distant, but I want you to know that it's probably not, if it's in March, it's probably not for something that you did. It's probably because of what I go through. And I kind of give a disclaimer there. You know, and March is the month that I'm usually more liable to snap on somebody. So I try to sometimes avoid even making like general posts on social media to the point where I might have to debate on somebody, because that part of me might come out, and I've lost a lot of friends over the years because they didn't know how to handle it, you know. And I mean, some of them have come back because now they know, and it wasn't in malintent. It was just me, you know. So that's why a couple years ago I started giving that disclaimer to people at the beginning of March. You know, for the first 3 weeks, it's sometimes not good for me. It's up and down. Now, over the last 2 or 3 years, basically what I do to kind of help myself is on specific days, you know, and it's usually on the days of an event, as I gave y'all. It's usually on the days that an event, you know, in the timeline that I just gave y'all in March, I usually tell people, hey, today's one of those days, y'all. For those of y'all who know me, y'all know what's going on. I'm going to be distant. I'm probably not going to inbox you back, but, you know that I'm okay. I'm just dealing with my little mood, and, you know, I'll talk when I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So, but now, you know, I have those days, and I kind of just keep to myself, you know. I kind of just keep to myself, you know, pray a little bit, keep to myself. But for the last couple years, hold on, y'all. I'm getting kind of emotional. Hold on. For the last couple years, I just try to keep myself busy, you know, especially in the month of March. And that's why that's why I waited till this month to do. I was gonna do my summer collection of what's up, Dub? What's up, Amy? I see y'all. I'm just trying to go so I can go ahead and get this off so that I can get y'all to call in. But that's why I had. Oh shit! Hold on. I had my spring summer collection of my clothing brand to come out in April, and that's why I moved it back until this past Friday, because I know I was gonna spend a shit ton of time on social media trying to promote it, and that was one of the things to keep me busy. I'm not trying to hide it, but I know me keeping busy, that will alleviate some of that hurt and some of that mood that I go through, right? And then that's why on like my birthday I have Perspective 2 coming out, and that's why I began the campaign of promoting it so that I know I'm keeping myself busy. Of course, I have my podcast. I'm getting ready to set up my esports gaming. So where I'm going to be on Facebook gaming and streaming and on Twitch and all of that. And, we're going to get into the world of esports gaming. So I'm busy doing research on that. I'm already starting on the stuff for my fall release for my clothing line. I'm executive producing 2 different other podcasts at the moment. And I've been doing graphics. So I've been keeping myself busy, and me keeping myself busy, especially in March, helps me out. So for some of the people that's immediately around me, and like I said, I wanted to do this episode because I wanted it to be informational. I wanted different types of people to come in and learn about different types of people and how different types of people cope. All right. So here's one of the things with me. All right. If it's ever known to you that I'm upset about something, all right, I'm a person that sometimes I'm not immediately going to want to talk. All right. I'm probably going to shut down for a minute, and it's for me to kind of clear my thoughts and prevent myself from doing something stupid or reacting the wrong way. Because when emotions are involved, I don't care who you are, when emotions are involved, and sometimes we can make decisions based off of emotion. Okay. So I'm a person sometimes, if I say, hey man, I don't want to talk right now, I don't want to talk about it right now, let me have that moment. I'm going to talk about it because I have to. But at that moment, if I give you that, hey, I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about this. Let's move on. It's whatever. I don't want to talk about it right now. Or just let me have my moment. I don't want to speak. Let me have that moment, because like I said, that's for me to clear my thoughts, and I can handle the situation better, and I can act accordingly when I have time to think. You know what I'm saying? Instead of acting off of emotion, I can act off the facts and move the right way. God damn it. But you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the biggest thing, is that I sometimes, if I'm seriously upset, or if something is bothering me, I just don't force me to talk. I will talk because I'm a very talkative person. But at that moment, I know sometimes I shut down. And people, I've had relationships ruined in the past, friendships ruined, family I done snapped on, all because they would not let me have my moment to basically shut the fuck up, sit down, and process everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very analytical person. Dub, leave me alone. Man, I'm trying to hold it together because I am kind of emotional over here. But that it allows me to it allows me to move and process. I'm a very analytical person, so I'm a very analytical person. I have to get the facts first. So that's why I shut up and kind of just, all right, let me step back, see everything for what it is. Let me analyze the situation so I know how to move forward. Eventually I'll talk, and I'll probably talk your head off. As we know, I can talk, but that's kind of how I deal with things. You know what I'm saying? There's man, hold on. Man. But yeah, man, that's just kind of how I deal with, you know. And like I said, for those of y'all who know me, who know the timeline of March, what I go through in the first 3 weeks, and then too last year at, you know, it was in February, but I counted as March. Is I had a friend that I lost to suicide, you know, which the main reason we're here today is for mental health. You know, he was a person that struggled with mental health, and unfortunately, he couldn't handle it no more, and he, you know, basically decided he wanted to check out. And I was really hoping he wouldn't. You know, I knew he had the thoughts. He made it very clear. And he had just recently went to got help, and we thought he was kind of getting better, and things started looking up, and woke up one day and he was I seen some messages after that I didn't really catch until the next morning. And he was basically making posts calling out for help, and because it was so late, nobody that he really vibed with was on to try to reach out, and he probably felt at that moment that he didn't have anybody, and he thought that was the time to check out. So I count that as part of March too, and he was a really good friend of mine. I had only known him for a couple years. I worked with him. One of the best cooks I know. You know, I met him at my job when I worked for Time Warner Cable Spectrum. He worked in the kitchen. He had dreams of opening up his own restaurant. You know, we talked about it. You know, I told him I was going to help him out with his graphics and social media and all of that. And we kind of joked about it. You know, he had a couple setbacks, which kind of delayed it from happening. And, you know, it was... that was a challenge, you know, so I consider that part of March, you know, even it was like right at the end of February, I want to say the 26th, but I count that as part of March, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you know the timeline, you know why the first 3 weeks is really a challenge for me, even though my birthday is within that 3 weeks. You know, it's since 2008, March has been the most emotional, unstable month of my life, and it's going to be probably for the rest of my life. And, yeah, so, I mean, you know, like I said, I'm a person that when I'm ready to, you know, when I'm going through something, I do shut down. And I mean, March, this right here, the month of March and me going through everything, that isn't the only thing, you know, sometimes, you know, honestly, transparently, I'm not completely where I want to be in life. You know, I have all of this good shit going on right now. But there's a few things that I want better about my life, you know, that I am working towards to get, you know. So I'm not all the way happy, and sometimes it does get the best of me a little bit, but I think it doesn't affect me as much as everything else, is because I know I'm working to get towards it. Right? So it doesn't hurt as much. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not all the way where I want to be in life personally, but I know I'm working to get there. So, I mean, while I have my moments, you know what I'm saying, I also know that it's going to get better because I'm working to make it better. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a little distance away from my son. Sometimes that gets the best of me. You know what I'm saying? Me and his mom, we do have a good relationship. We talk, you know, we co-parent. You know, and I am about an hour and a half away, and I don't get to see him as much as I do, but, you know, we have an open line of communication, you know, and I mean, things are getting better with that, you know, but you know, so sometimes that bothers me, you know, and I mean, that's getting better, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's this, and sometimes I'm just in a shit mood just because I'm in a shit mood. Yeah, I think in real honesty, sometimes like I may just be so mentally drained that I'm in a shit mood, and it's probably because I need to sit my ass down somewhere. Still working 9 to 5, and I'm trying to do all of this, you know, and I'm working with a lot of different people. I'm working on a lot of different things, and I'm trying to be the best person I can be for each aspect of life. And sometimes I move, and I don't take the time to rest and sit my ass down. And so sometimes I get myself mentally and physically drained to the point where I'm in a bad mood because I'm so tired. Who doesn't get angry when they're tired, you know, and can't rest, you know what I mean? So sometimes I get like that. And that's why sometimes I just, sometimes I won't even say nothing. I just won't answer my phone. I just relax. Sometimes I used to just take off. I'll just take off. Nobody would know where I'm going. I was famous for this. I would take off. I would get off work, and it was probably like around a payday weekend, to be completely transparent, But sometimes I take off and I go and get a room, and I shut my electronics off, and I just sit there in my room by myself. I go in my hotel room, sit in that hotel room by myself, decompress, no electronics, no nothing. I'll contact a couple people so that they know, if anything if they need to reach me, how they can reach me, but just zone out and relax and decompress. I do recommend it, by the way. If you can afford it, I do recommend it. It helped me a lot. Just a random getaway. Even if it's in your hometown, just go completely, decompress. All right. But I think the main thing for me is dealing with that is I now try to keep myself busy. I mean, I read a lot of positive affirmations. I read a lot of positive affirmations and motivational content on a daily, so that helps. Just seeing my people, my supporters, intake my content. That lifts me up a little bit. Next time you take off, drive Florida. Hey man, listen, if I come to Florida, I'm staying there with you. I'm just letting you know now, I'm staying there with you. Cause I know them hotel rooms down there, man. Them motherfuckers is expensive. If I come down there, I'm coming in the lab. I'm coming in the lab and I'm chilling in the lab for a couple days. Coming there. But I definitely do need to come to Florida. I haven't been to Florida yet. Where was I at? Or should I just... All right, I think I'm actually cut it off right there. For me, I'm going to cut it off right there. So what's going to happen? But, all right, to wrap it up properly, I should say, right? You know what I'm saying? If you are somebody that's close to me, right? And this is what I mean by different types of people, deal with things a different way. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. If you're somebody that's close to me, or somebody that's like me, that has my kind of personality, you'll know that the best way to deal with them is to give them time. The best way to give them space and to give them time, because that is how they allow themselves to decompress, to feel, go through their emotion, feel how they want to feel, analyze the situation or analyze whatever it is that's going on. And they can move accordingly after that, and they don't immediately react and do anything off of emotion, because that acting off of emotion is dangerous. I don't care who you are, it's dangerous, right? Like I said, I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost a lot of friends. Some of those friends I regained back. I snapped on family members and everything because they would not give me time to be to myself and decompress, and for me to just sit down. So I have my moments. If you know somebody, if you're close to me or know somebody like me, and you say, I don't want to talk about it right now, or give me time, just give them that time and that space. It's not that they don't want to talk to you. They need that moment to process. They need that moment to decompress. You know what I'm saying? And that moment may last a little bit. It may last. You know what I'm saying? But they need that moment. And if they don't get that moment, things can get even worse. Because then they're probably going to go off and do something. Or they get to snap and they go on a rampage. Or they get violent. Whatever. Or they do something to themselves. If you have somebody around you that says give them time, it's not that they don't want help. They don't want you to care. And trust me, those people are going to appreciate that you're checking on them. But don't force them to talk. If they say give them time or give them space, allow them that. It's not them being, they need at that point to be selfish. I'm going to just put it in that term. They need at that point to be selfish. All right? Let them have that moment. I am that person. I need my moment, because I'm either blow up at you, or I'm going to blow up at everybody around me, or some other shit is going to happen. I can definitely, even with me being little, I can definitely do some damage. And whatever that damage is whatever happens. It hasn't happened in a very, very long time, maybe about 10, 15 years, but it can happen. You know what I'm saying? So, if you know somebody that's like me, like I said, and they say, give me time, give us that time. Give that person that time. They need that. You can just say, hey, man, you okay? And if they say, hey, I don't want to talk about it right now, give me that time. Just do that. But in the back of our head, we're still going to appreciate, okay, yep, I see this person and care for me. All right, so when I am ready to talk, this is one of the people I'm going to go to. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, there it is with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wrap mine up right there because we got an hour and 45 minutes, and there's a couple people that I want to call in. So here's the thing. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to play about 2 songs. And then I'm going to open it back up. If you want to call in, I'm going to put the number in the chat in a little bit. In a few seconds, I'm going to put the number in the chat. All right. I'm going to give you about 10 to 15 minutes. To kind of talk about, and I know it's not a lot of time, but I only got a 3-hour show, and I want a lot of people. I want as many people. I want to try to get to as many people as possible. I'll probably have to do a part 2 to this, or, you know what I'm saying, I'll arrange something with Dub where he can continue on with it, and we do it on his show for part 2. I'll probably do a part 2 to this, maybe sometime in the future or whatever. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I did talk a little bit longer than I wanted to, and I want a couple different people to to talk about kind of how they go through things, and maybe even bring a positive light. So I'm going to play 2 songs. I'm going to put the number in the chat, where I'm going to play a couple songs. I actually got to run to the bathroom real quick. No bull. I got to run to the bathroom real quick. and refresh my water. So I'm going to play a couple songs. I'm going to put the number in the chat. And when I put in chat that I am back, that's when you will be able to call. And we'll go ahead and get it popping, all right? It's the award-winning JayLamar Show Live. We talking mental health. Let's get it.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. Let's get ready to hustle! Live tonight on The JayLamar Show.
1 is for the money, 102 is for the show. 3 will get it ready, baby. 4 gon' ride it slow. 5 be with the business, baby. 6 gon' overflow. If it's a fire in the city, baby. King
The JayLamar Show.
1 is for the money, 102 is for the show. 3 will get it ready, baby. 4 gon' ride it slow. 5 be with the business, baby. 6 gon' overflow. If it's a fire in the city, baby. King gon' let you know. Remix chirping, putting work in. You know how that game go. GSO Gorilla, baby. Let me fuck your time. So pull up in there. Why you wanna stun on me so hard though? Got a couple bitches with the business, super nasty chicks. Cell phone jumping, cause they always send me super nasty pics. Niggas hate me, cause I'm fat and I can fuck all type of chicks. No, please don't stalk me, I'm not famous, baby, well, not yet. Got bandit with me, need 2 bitches. Penthouse, we gon' order out, little bitch. We don't do dishes proper, we need new bitches. Bad and bougie, nah, dawg. I still love my hood bitches, gang, gang. With they yelling, shows packed, tickets selling. Bizarre on the track, ripping D-Town. That's motor work when we motorboat these hoes. They love us, say, yo, Corey, this shit back to back. Well known track for track. How they gon' handle that? Treyo Deuce my habitat. Can't nobody fuck with that. Put my city on my back, huh? On God. 1 is for the money, 102 is for the show. 3 will get it ready, baby. 4 gon' ride it slow. 5 be with the business, baby. 6 gon' overflow. If it's a fire in the city, baby. King gon' let you know.
The JayLamar Show.
For the money, 102 is for the show. 3 will get it ready, baby. 4 gon' ride it slow. 5 be with the business, baby. 6 gon' overflow. Fire in the city, baby. King gon' let you know.
It's the bull with the flow, your favorite rapper stole. Your career like thin hair, time to let it go. This ain't a problem, it's you motherfucking one. I fuck your girl, I have a girl jump in and call it double dutch. Ain't no runner up, I'm dead in all competition. No brain, I'm hard headed, I don't fucking listen. You see this money talk, my jewelry talk for me. My diamonds scream like white girls and not the piston. When it's beef, you hide your face like it's lime.
One is for the money, 102 is for the show.
It's too easy.
People get it ready, baby, folk gon' ride it slow.
I swear it's too easy.
In the baby, sis gon' overflow. If it's a fire in the city, baby, king gon' let you know. Woo. One is for the money, 102 is for the show. Three will get a rider, baby, folk gon' ride it slow. Five people with the in the baby, sis gon' overflow. If it's a fire in the city, baby, king gon' let you know.
They know me, they blow me. You got good weed, then show me. She lonely, she phony. Get on your knees, bitch, blow me. Whip, 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 Bizarre on some other shit. Get your brother hit, higher than the government. Higher than the clouds, blowing on the kush, smoking on the loud. I'm from the motherfucking motor. I be smoking on the boulders. Rolling on jet skis, who wanna test me? They know who the best be. Rolling easy waters, I can't get no higher. These niggas want free smoke. Get down, I'ma let this motherfucker blow.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
It's November on the beat, bitch.
Wake up every day, drop to my knees and say my grace. I gotta thank the Lord for letting me see another day. Every day a new grind, got the money on my mind. I'm trying to hit the top, I got a millionaire mind. All I do is grind, all I do is grind. All I do is grind, got the money on my mind. All I do is grind, all I do is grind. All I do is grind, got the money on my mind. On the grind 24, tryna make $1. Breezy boy, I'm from the shy like Barack Obama. I'm from the city where niggas spraying like graffiti artists. The streets are gun range, they shooting but they ain't got no target. In this life you either make it or you don't. You get in where you fit and you can try it if you want. I'm aiming for the top, flying high just like a hawk. Money on my mind, for that bread I'ma slow, huh? So high, I can feel myself levitate. My money like a senior, bitches about to graduate. COB, we on our way, we had to navigate. If that nigga back his lip, fuck it, let him hate. All I do is grind, you know I'm tryna shine. I'm on my way to get it, bitch, you better recognize. Breezy boy, I'm a dime for my daughter, I'm going hard. Monday through Sunday, I'm counting my blessings from my God. Wake up every day, drop to my knees and say my grace. I gotta thank the Lord for letting me see another day. Every day a new grind, got the money on my mind. I'm trying to hit the top, I got a millionaire mind. All I do is grind, all I do is grind. All I do is grind, got the money on my mind. All I do is grind, all I do is grind. All I do is grind, got the money on my mind.
This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Yo, 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 we are back here live on the award-winning JayLamar Show live. You know what I'm saying? As y'all know, to today's topic. Actually, before I do this, I got to shout out because I did not do that today. So let me shout out my sponsors real quick. Shouts out to Glazed Out TV. Shouts out to my boy Izzy Mack and Judge Jessica on Glazed Out TV. Their gaming, their esports gaming channel, and their radio podcast, which is on Sunday from 4 to 7. Soulful Sundays. Let me actually also shout out Intended Hit Productions, my homeboy Jamal Shane, for the for the dope ass drops that we have. If you need audio voiceovers or anything like that, he is the man to go to. Contact me and I'll get you in contact. Also, Breezy Boy, my homeboy Breezy Boy Reacts has one of the fastest growing reaction video channels on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We can, if you have a music video you want a reaction to, I can put you in contact and I'll show you how to make it happen. And of course, sponsor myself, you make sure y'all swing over to the hustleslifebrand.com. Get your hustle inspired gear and apparel. Just dropped the new spring summer collection and also the picks and shovels collection. So make sure y'all go over there and check that out. And I did say we were going to have callers on the line today. And today I have actually the man that actually made the JayLamar Show Live an award-winning podcast. Mr. Dub C's is on the phone. Dub C's, how you doing, brother?
What's up, my brother? It's always good to hear your voice. Check you out.
Most definitely. I appreciate you for calling in. So I am glad that you are one of the people that called in. I did try to let everybody know you actually do have a show that kind of revolves around this, and sometimes the audience doesn't cross over. So Dub C's does usually sometimes occasionally do a show that involves mental health and things of that nature. So it's very, very, very good no judgment zone. Sometimes I don't get to catch it. But I know it happens, and it's usually a very good resource. And he is a person that definitely one of those good-hearted people that you will want to talk to, and who goes through things himself. So he wants to bless everybody and say a couple things, and I'm gonna let him have the floor. The floor is yours, my brother.
All right, my brother. Thanks. First of all, I want to commend you on bringing this to the forefront of your platform, because I know a lot of people are afraid to speak of things like mental health, mental issues, domestic violence, things like that. A lot of people try to keep it on the hush hush. They're ashamed, but the first way of dealing with it is admitting it.
Right.
And just because mental health isn't something that's contagious or oh my God, I'm crazy. No, it just means everybody deal with things in different manners. Just as you were saying, I was listening when you was talking,
right.
And I was kind of like, yeah, I've seen you grow, and this is another form of your growth, man. Like I just told you, I commend you on that, and I can say firsthand that every single thing that you said, I agree with, because I go through it. I go through the exact thing, and people don't realize. They figure, oh, they doing music, they doing this, oh, they so happy, they doing that. They don't realize that people like us, talented people, we stressed out because we're trying to do so much for so many people, yet we tend to forget ourselves. And in the realms of forgetting yourself, things start to build up. You may be mourning the situation. Well, you should be mourning the situation to get over it, yet you don't have the time because you're so busy doing other things. And before you know it, everything has built up and piled up into one big pile. And we need that time to decompress, just like you said. And I'll be telling people, if I go on one of those phases where you don't see me on social media for a couple of days, or I'm not calling anybody, checking on them, because I call and check on people, a lot. If I don't hear from you, I'm checking on you. So I myself, man, I need those moments where I need to sit back, get away from everything, shut the computer off, throw the phone on the floor, turn up, shut the blinds and just be quiet and get away from everything. Because if I don't, I'm gonna pop.
Right.
And it don't mean that I'm mentally unstable. It just mean I'm a human being, and I've taken on more, and I've taken on so much without decompressing. So that's a form. A lot of people stress themselves out and get so overwhelmed that it could turn into mental issues. If you don't let it out, you don't decompress, you will pop.
Right.
And it can be fatal. It can be self-harming. You can harm somebody else and don't even know it. You can verbally harm somebody worse than you can physically do it. So, if anybody out there that needs somebody to talk to, find somebody that you can relate to, somebody that understands, and in the midst of doing all these things, we have to always be careful what we share with people and who we sharing it with, because that's still that 60% of whoever you're sharing it with. Whatever you share with somebody, they turn it around and use it against you. So we still have to be careful in the midst of doing that, which also adds another form of stress, because you don't know who you can turn to, who you can't. So that's why it's always important to feel these friends. I stop just bringing anybody into your realms. You know, me myself, I haven't just been bringing anybody. I've been shoving people out. I've been getting real selective. I've been deleting people. You know, no, I see you toxic. I got to get away. You toxic. And there's certain people that I keep close to me because I see we on the same page. We have the same goals. We heading in the same direction. And that's what you need to do to keep yourself stable, keep yourself, you know, free of stress, and just to keep yourself with a smile on your face.
Right. Most definitely. And like I said, like I, you know, I'm not typically known as a person that, you know, can go absolutely ballistic, but I know, you know, there's some people that are very, very close to me, that have grew up with me, and they know that, you know, sometimes, you know, in my past, I've been known to go off of reaction instead of, you know, trying to analyze the situation. And of course, a lot of that had to be with me being younger. But a lot of people don't look at me that way, you know, especially when you see me in person, you see I'm little as shit. You don't think that I'm the type of person that can just go off and snap, but in reality, it has happened. It's not often, but it has happened. And, you know, I like I said, I've lost relationships and I've lost really good friends because of the simple fact that, you know, I just asked for the simple request just to let me have my moment, you know, and to just let me have my moment, let me have my space to decompress. And, you know, if I trust you, I'm going to talk to you about it. Or if you're involved in the situation, I have to talk to you about it because I know I have to get to the bottom of it, or whatever it is at that time. I know I have to talk to you. So if you're somebody I trust, or if you're involved in it, I'm going to talk, but not at that immediate moment. You know what I'm saying? But that allows me to step back and, you know, not react on emotion, and also, you know, look at the facts and look at what happened. And then I know how to talk to people. I know how to move. I know how to make my move. I know how to talk to. I know who and who not to talk to. Who to say what to. Sometimes I'll tell people the same shit, but in different ways. And sometimes, you know, I'll add a little spin to it just so I can see if it comes back around. And then I know who I need to shut up, you know. But, you know, I think that's a lot of us, is that, you know, sometimes we are, you know, and especially as men, you know, we, I've seen it many and many times in relationships, you know, like, you know, something may be wrong. It may not even be something wrong in the relationship, but the male in the relationship may be going through something personally, and being forced to talk at a moment where they really don't want to talk. They just want space. And the female takes that as, oh, okay, well, he acting funny. Or I've even had that, and I've got accused of cheating. And I was just like, no, that's not the case. Like, I just need time to myself. Like, I'm going through shit. Coincidentally, talking about it earlier today, I shut down the day after, the day of, and a few days after my grandma died. And, in her funeral, you know what I'm saying? And I got accused of cheating then. I'm like, do you not fucking understand? I just lost one of the women that raised me. And first of all, how heartless are you? It doesn't matter who she was to me. She died. She's no longer in my life. You know what I'm saying? It could be a friend.
If you don't mind, I want to say
Go ahead.
According to what something you said before, because it'll slip my mind. I'm old, it'll slip my mind. But I'm just keeping it real.
I hear you.
When the part I want to restructure something you said. When you said you lost friends, you lost relations. No, turn that around. They lost a friend. They lost a relationship, right. Because if they was really a friend or somebody really in a relationship seriously with you, then they would have understood. I need this time. I need to do, just like I think it was last week. You and I was talking on the phone, and I had no clue about anything you dealing with as far as this. But I do recall you saying, I'm about to get a room. I'm gonna disappear. I just need to decompress. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I won't be available. And as soon as you said that, it clicked in my head. I said, "Bro, dealing with something, and he doing the same thing that I do from time to time.
Right.
So I didn't put no pressure on nothing. I didn't drag anything on. Right. All I said was, bro, you know what? You know my numbers. You need to talk, whatever it is.
Right.
I don't care what time they hit me, because I caught it right away, and that's one of the things that nowadays a lot of people seem to not understand. Everything before every storm, there's a warning.
Right.
Before a tornado, there's a warning. Before a hurricane, there's a warning. Everything that happened, there's a warning before. And and I say this every morning when I'm on my way to work, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my own live. First thing, one of the things I always say is, if you have friends and family that you're really in tune with and care about, pay attention, because suicide and things like that, all these things, there's warnings ahead. There's warnings, and just the simple conversation that you and I had. Oh man, I need to do. I'm just going to decompress and blah blah. You could have really been in a situation, and I caught it, but that's why I wanted you to know. Or I caught it as well, bro. If you need to talk, you know my number. I'm not going to bother you, but I'm just letting you know.
Right.
I don't care what time it is. And that's where we as men, we have to start opening up, not being afraid. We got this syndrome, this 4-letter word thing that we so afraid to be a punk. Right. What the hell is a punk? I don't mean to use profanity. This is like a touching situation, man. And I get really emotional about stuff like this, because I too have lost friends, really, really close friends, to suicide.
Right. Yeah, me too.
And we saw it happening. We tried to prevent it, and we just couldn't. And it makes you feel empty, like I could have done something. But you know what? Some things are out of your. Some things, we can't hold ourselves accountable for things that we can't control.
Right.
Some things are just out of your control, and you can't control. But brother, this subject here, man. Anybody that's listening, I don't care what time of the day, what it is. Anybody that's listening to this his podcast right now, take this serious. Take this into consideration, because somewhere somebody's crying out for help. Fellas, stop being. We don't have to be tough all the time. We don't have to be macho all the time. Macho, a lot of the times, guys are so macho and thuggish, they hide and they feeling because they're afraid of being hurt. They're afraid what the next person gonna think about them,
right.
And that sometimes can cause you your stability. Women, just women, females that's listening. This is not a bashing on you, but you have to realize that everything is not about you.
Right.
We as men, we go through issues just like you do. We have our days just like you do. I understand that men are made to be warriors. We made to be this, but you have to look at the things that we deal with on a daily basis. And sometimes a man sitting down, being quiet to himself, women are made, I need to fix this. I want to love him. So I want to hold him. No, let him air it out in his head so it don't come out verbally towards you.
Or physically.
Right. The same way a woman say, well, I need my space. I just need to think. We are humans too. We're not robots. So, bro, I'm really glad you did this. I sat here just talking, and I just deleted the flyer I was doing.
Oh, shit.
Over tomorrow, though. I wasn't paying attention, and I just deleted everything I was doing.
Oh,
I'll
man.
start it over tomorrow. But, bro, this is a serious matter, and that's why I do the show. So, anybody that needs to talk every first Saturday of the month, tune in on Dubs. Look me up, Dub C's, Willie Dub C. Jones, or just type in Dub C's Entertainment, and it'll take you right to the show. It's called Let's Talk About It. We deal with domestic violence, spousal abuse, and one of the things that lead to a lot of mental health issues is that men holding in the fact that they're being abused verbally or physically, and before you know it, not to I don't want to make it sound harsh, but this is just a straight fact. before you know it, holding it in, you got a nutcase on your hand. I have beaten up women, doing crazy things, maybe even hurt himself because he held everything in because he didn't have nobody to talk to, or either he didn't want to be a punk.
True shit. Very true shit. And that's why I said, that's why it prompted me to do this, because, like, I know that you do your show on it. And, like my brother G, what I'm saying, somebody that's close to me, I know he goes through his personal things. That's Dub C's son, by the way. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that's super, super close to me. I consider him a brother. And, he goes through a lot, and he doesn't, I wouldn't say that I hide mine, but he's very verbal with his, and it's not in a bad way, but I know he started to try to, get people, hey, this is what's really going on. You know what I mean? And then, Dub C's has his show. And then I have, my boy Izzy Mack, he does his podcast, and yesterday and Sunday, honestly, he kind of scared the shit out of me a little bit. Because, how he was talking, but I understood where he was coming from, so I had to talk with him after, what I'm saying, just to get my head right, because I was scared for him. And then yesterday, my uncle Michael Jamal, he was on the live feed, and he's somebody that I know that goes through things, and I was just kind of like, all right, my brothers are getting into this, so now first and foremost, I need to go ahead and just jump on it. And like I said, I'm not a super depressed person. You know what I'm saying? Most of my shit comes from either me doing too much at the moment, and I just need to really sit my ass down and decompress, which what I was telling you about, Dub. That's really what was up, is I just need to sit my ass down for a minute and just chill.
Another thing, you know what a lot of our stress comes from? And this is the weirdest thing in the world. We take on everybody else's problems. That too. I watch you a lot, and you are so busy. And when I say take on other people's problems, we are so busy trying to please everybody else that we just take it, whatever they're going through. We seem to end up holding it in as well, because it's just a caring heart, and sometimes that caring heart, it drags other people's issues in your system and you don't even know it. Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of one of the things that I pointed out in my show earlier, is that, like, I have so much going on, and I'm working with a lot of different people, more people than I've probably ever worked with in my entire life, and I'm trying to make sure that, I'm reciprocating the same amount of energy that they're giving me. And, because I'm getting so much good energy for them, that I'm trying to reciprocate that, I drain myself on top of working. I still work a 9-to-5 job. I like my job, honestly, so it's not the job itself that bogs me down. But, on top of working a 9-to-5, running this podcast, I'm getting ready to go into esports gaming. Like, for example, me and Dub, I'm, assisting Dub in his award show this year, you know what I'm saying? So I have to make sure I'm up to par and up to speed on that. I'm the executive producer of 2 different podcasts right now. I still do graphic design. I still manage social medias. I'm still actually taking classes for social media management and marketing to get a certificate. I have so much stuff that ain't even a half of it. That I just, most of the time, for me, I just need to sit the fuck down. But March, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if y'all understood the timeline that I gave earlier, y'all will understand why March is, honestly, even though my birthday is in March, the most emotionally unstable month for me. This year, I think it might be a little bit better, because what I've done the last 2-3 years is I've kept myself busy, like more busier than ever in the month of March. That's the reason I moved my collection release date up. That's the reason I pushed my single release to be on my birthday, because it's that 3-day span to my birthday, and the 3 days after is the most horrible time of the month for me. And I know I'll be busy trying to push out my new single and promote the new single. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I'm looking at this month to get into esports gaming. So I'm keeping myself busy, and I think as long as I keep myself busy,
I'll be fine. Hopefully, I'm working on a huge deal to, close a client on some content creation. If I do that, I'm gonna be seriously busy. So, but I've been also in being so busy and me saying that I need to keep myself, sit my ass down. I have learned to, pace myself, so we ain't got to worry about that. But, yeah, man, that's why I'm glad that, Dub was one of the people to call in because, I know he's somebody reputable that can touch on it. Like I said, you said every first Saturday? Did I get that right? I feel so
every first Saturday of the month.
Okay. So actually we got one coming up actually, right? This week. This week Saturday. All right. Yep. So and we'll be sharing that. Obviously, every time Doug goes live, we share it on the JayLamar Show Facebook page. So you'll be able to catch that. Or, like the man said, do follow directions and go look up Dub C's Entertainment. Subscribe yourself and just watch out. And also look out for the Underground Power Hour each and every Sunday night, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? You can catch him there as well.
I appreciate it, bro. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm actually, my phone has been ringing. It's rung 3 different times, and it's ringing again. And it's somebody that I can't let keep waiting because
most definitely.
It's your boy Wild Style. I got to get off.
Oh man, yeah, you got to go answer that. Yeah, get off the phone. You got to go answer that one. You have to go answer that one.
Bro. Keep up the good work, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Love.
Yeah.
So. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's what this show is about, to give the different perspectives. I have one more person that I know needs to call in, so I'm going to play a few songs and I'm going to get that call together real quick for y'all. So in the meantime, we can go ahead and get to some music, of course. Actually, let me get this out the way real quick before it gets too late and I can't do it. I actually have a brand new single that I need to play from my homie J Flight. Which I almost had to fight him to get me to send him his music because I really fuck with him. But no bullshit. No, I'm bullshitting. But nonetheless, I do have a world premiere that I need to drop on here on the JayLamar Show. It's a JayLamar Show world premiere. It's from my homie J Flight out of Minnesota. This one right here is called No Biggie. So go ahead, jump in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. We're going to go ahead and spin that. We're going to spin a couple more after that. I'm going to get this other phone call, and then we're going to be ready to go. All right? It's the award-winning JayLamar Show Live. We'll be right back.
This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Been in a real bad mood, let's get it. Gotta go in, pulled up and with it. Got the whole town turned up, get litty. Time to do it big, no prob, no biggie. I've been in a real bad mood, let's get it. Gotta go in, pulled up and with it. Got the whole town turned up, get litty. Time to do it big, no prob, no biggie. No prob, no biggie. Got a squad to do the job with me. Kick the pilot out the cockpit. Get it poppin' like I'm John Wick. Think it's time to switch it up, I need a mood change. All I wanna do is kick it like I'm Liu Kang. Never thought they would've let me in a rap game. Louis Prada, Fendi, Gucci, call me 2 Chainz. Now I'm whipping through the city like I'm Bruce Wayne. I've been trying to pull the foreign out the back cave. Baby, I ain't going for the sachet. I don't feel like running in a rat race. Yeah, hey, baby, I'm wildin' out. Hey, don't know the plan, they don't know what love about. Rap in the front, really been running it up. Do it for fun, baby, I do what I want. In a real bad mood, let's get it. Gotta go in, pulled up and with it. Got the whole town turned up, get litty. Time to do it big, no prob, no biggie. I've been in a real bad mood, let's get it. Gotta go in, pulled up and with it. Got the whole town turned cocktail, get litty. Time to do it big, no prop, no biggie.
This is a JayLamar Show. You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show.
Oh boy.
Live with JayLamar.
God, I'm feeling the way. Please don't get stumped over, just don't jump in the way. All this shit might splash, just don't jump on the wave. All up in my bag, I got less to say. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way. Running out of patience, it's about time you pay. God, I'm feeling the way. All the shit might splash, just don't jump on the wave. All up in my bag, I got less to say. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way.
Yeah, on what they talk, do this shit all for my people. Don't respect the old, these bitches we hit ain't been equal. You don't count up different, wouldn't have it unless your people. Never ate my spinach, we so diesel, not get diesel. Life been up and down, man, this shit just like a seesaw. Stop tasting the lime like we the ones left in the sequel. Gotta keep my mind right, niggas really ain't your people. Gotta keep that grind tight, we stacking just like a Pringle. They be having motors, we keep focus, ain't no freedoms. I can get you soaky, have you flowing just to leave you. I maneuver valid while niggas still jacking preview. My father told me one thing, show nobody that you need 'em. The one that's gon' carry the wave. I done seen some money, remember them days. Never move the drama, put away from me. You ain't been through nothing, I done seen some things.
The JayLamar Show.
God, I'm feeling the way. Please don't get stumped over, just don't jump in the way. All this shit might splash, just don't jump on the wave. All up in my bag, I got less to say. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way. Running out of patience, it's about time you pay. God, I'm feeling the way. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way. Overtime and overgrind. I've been working hard, so I overshine. But down somewhere, I gotta draw the line. Think I'm getting old, I just hit my prime. It goes up, down, mad now, but I laugh again. I'm so far from the average kid. Slice these beats like a mandolin. Sit still, no mannequin. Take a knee, no Kaepernick. Painted say red, saffron. Running in place, but I'm laughing shit, I'm gone. God, I'm feeling the way. Please don't get stumped over, just don't jump in the way. All this shit might splash, just don't jump on the wave. All up in my bag, I got less to say. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way. Running out of patience, it's about time you pay. God, I'm feeling the way. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way.
I'm dripping now, Mr. Wave it out. Oh, you just jumping in while I'm jumping out. Pull up on your block, I get it jumping out. You niggas watch the weed away was jumping out. And you know that. We classic black and white, that's a throwback. Baby, stop the talking and just throw that. And I really been that nigga, and you know that. It's smoothie, I go crazy with that drink in me. It's back, talk the nation, keep the bank with me, yeah. A penny for your thought, I don't deal with change women. How you say real like you didn't see the same difference? Baby, simmer down, I can do some things with it.
God, I'm feeling the way. Please don't get stumped over, just don't jump in the way. All this shit might splash, just don't jump on the wave. All up in my bag, I got less to say. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way. Running out of patience, it's about time you pay. God, I'm feeling the way. We just getting lit, God, I'm feeling the way.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth giving if you ain't in to give it right. Block him on the left, yo, block him on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. I've been up all night, got shit on my mind. Lay it back and recline, roll it up and light it. I've been up all night, got shit on my mind. Lay it back and recline, roll it up. We got the match, we blowing up fast. We doing the math, we checking the facts. We all in our bag, no time to relax. Reviewing the status quo. Where did the real ones go? Allow me to lose control. Let me clear my throat. Ooh, yeah, I don't like to lose. Pick and choose my battles and my moves. No excuse. Hit you hard like a bruise. Block 'em out like kung fu. No telling what she gon' do. Let's go. Block 'em on the left, yo, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. Block 'em on the left, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. Shit on my mind, lay it back and recline, roll it up and light it. Ooh, yeah, I don't like to lose, pick and choose my battles and my moves. No excuse, hit you hard like a bruise, block 'em out like kung fu. No tell you what she do. Let's go, block 'em on the left, yo, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. Block 'em on the left, yo, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. Oh, block 'em on the left, yo, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right. Block 'em on the left, yo, block 'em on the right. Feel like life is a kung fu fight. Throw it out, reel it in, nothing worth getting if you ain't in to give it right.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, one night only, this is it. I like that. Drink up, get lit. Hey, hey, hey. One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Hey, let's have a party for the weekend. Hey, one night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Let's have a party for the weekend. First thing first, hit up everybody. Tell them it's a party my way, bring everybody. Leave the drama at home, we don't need that. Too many females in here not to notice them. So get your drink on, get your boogie on. If you brought your own, roll up and smoke on. High times, good vibes, we gon' show out tonight. So come through, play spades if you want to. Turn the music up louder, it's on you. Two-stepping, Millie rocking, they all swagging. Look what happened, I got them dancing, they all laughing. They all showing love, no hate though. All day, you know my name though. Cups in the air while you pour it up. Watch out, turn it up. One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Hey, let's have a party for the weekend. Hey, one night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Let's have a party for the weekend. One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. One night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Hey, let's have a party for the weekend. The one night only, this is it. Drink up, get lit. Hey, who tryna match me for the weekend? Let's have a party for the weekend.
Let's slow it down. The award-winning JayLamar Show. Live.
Let's try, baby.
CC on the track, boy.
She texts her ID where she stays. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Been making moves, it's not too late. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah. Girl, I'm on my way. Yeah. Girl, I'm on my way. Yeah. Tell my boys I gotta go. Cause my lady wanna be with me tonight. Next thing you know I'm on the road. Do the dash, girl, you know I'm tryna swipe. Ooh, she tryna kick it. Ooh, she tryna get it. You know I'm pulling up, girl, you know I'm fucking with it. I'm a bitter in 5, it's going down tonight. Make sure you keep it wet, make sure you keep it tight. I know what you want, I'ma give it to you till you dripping come. That's the mission, baby. Just be patient, baby. Know you with it all day. Check my GPS, ETA on the way. She texts her ID where she stay. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Been making moves, it's not too late. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way, yeah.
Hello. I'm down the street. I just left the studio. Just hold on. I'm gonna be right there. Right?
She takes her alley when she stays. Girl, I'm on the way. Been making moves, it's not too late. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah. Girl, I'm on the way. Yeah.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
Just keep on
I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the relation back to the video. I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the relation back to the video.
Booty bounce is so amazing, let me bring that freak about you. Hit it like a tractor trailer, you know how I'm coming, baby. Gotta run some, let me get loose for that big one. Fat nigga, well put together with a big gun. Hold it, baby, you know what it is when I slide out. Slide a bar, make her roll the boat. Shout out my sister Kitty, bring her to the floor. Make them dance, that's a drill team. Bad bitches all over the club, throwing money up. Liquor spilling, niggas going crazy, all that says in here. Money guns, bitch, come get you some, it's paid to breathe in here. King Jules about to set the tone for you fuck niggas. Baby mom, all up in my DM like what's up? What you hit the club tonight, we going up, girl, that's a guarantee. Me and baby daddy at the crib tonight, we sucker free. Anything you want tonight, you get, little bitches all on me. Anything you want tonight, you get, little bitches all on me.
I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the relation back to the video. I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the relation back to the video. I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the relation back to the video. I get scared of baby, let me see it double jump. Moving left and right, the
The JayLamar Show.
In a pimp, baby, slick nigga, this a baby oil. Woke up in the spot, I shut it down, you know I got some boy. Little mama tripping cause it's women in my section. Popping bottles, slapping booty, but you gotta be a cutie. Trust them in my jacuzzi, ain't no hating in my section. We got women, we got money, so you know it's haters watching. Smith and Wesson, Jack 'em, better check 'em at the door. Cause I'm tripping, I'ma bust them, leave his brains all on the floor. Little mama tryna fuck me cause I'm gangster to the core. But I'm a dog, I'm a fucker, pull a weave out and some more. Get back to the bag of the hat at. I'm two-stepping with packages. Got my brother Bobby, we gon' turn into some savages. Paid to breed the basis, nigga, racing to the charts. I got banger after banger after banger, fuck you thought. I got banger after banger after banger, fuck you thought.
I get scared of baby, let me see it double triple. Move it left to right and bring that shit back to the middle. I get scared of baby, let me see it double triple. Move it left to right and bring that shit back to the middle. I get scared of baby, let me see it double triple. Move it left to right and bring that shit back to the middle. I get scared of baby, let me see it double triple. Move it left to right and bring that shit back to the middle.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
If you ain't with the shits, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. I'm headed to the top, bitches tryna ride my wave. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. Stay with my hitters, steady screaming on the friends. Broke niggas mad cause I leave they text on red. I ain't never worried about a bitch, I wanna beg. Niggas say they getting money, well show me the fucking stash. Let them show me, bet that be a lick. I'm scheming, I'm plotting how I can get rich. Switch it up, yeah, they like how I flow, yeah, that's how it be, yeah, that's how it go. Hoes be mad cause they nigga want it, but I don't want him, he probably your bitch. He wanna talk and I want the bread, don't got the bread, well take on his leg. Hop in the wheel like I'm in the race, I'm hitting the dash, she's dusting your face. I'm chasing a bag, I gotta go get it, yeah, I'm on that ass. Hit the switch, I'm on the next level. Fly as fuck, man, just call me feathers. Bitches sorty, man, give him some pepper. If you ain't gang, gang, get it together. If you ain't with the shits, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. I'm headed to the top, bitches tryna ride my wave. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face.
Yeah, I got the gas pop open the cell. Yeah, I'm with my squad, you know they gon' kill. My niggas is real, my niggas is trail. You get out of line, my niggas gon' drill. Foreign, they really the gang. Foreign, they really the soldiers. Foreign, they really the gang. Foreign, they really the soldiers. I said foreign, they really the soldiers. Foreign, they really the gang. Niggas talking shit, but they can't hang 40 on me. I'ma let the bitch bang. No, I ain't acting, no, I ain't capping. Talking stupid, I'ma have to blast them. Roll running, yeah, I'm with the shits. I got goons, I get you hit. 400 shooter, yeah, I'm with that. Talking heavy, I'ma take your life. Ballin' hard like I'm Brandon Knight. Bitches sucking me like some ice. Niggas testing me, don't try me. Hit him up, that's a body. 2 holes in his body, that's a pump, that's a shawty. Look, I'm in the trap with the killers. I'm in the trap with the killers. Them niggas move like gorillas. Them niggas move like gorillas. Yeah, I'm in the trap with the killers. I'm in the trap with the killers. Them niggas move like gorillas. Them niggas all about they skrilla.
If you ain't with the shits, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. I'm headed to the top, bitches tryna ride my wave. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face. Yeah, watch me do it, I do it very well. They asking hella questions, I never kiss and tell. Bet you ain't never met a real one like me. When they ask who I be, what's my name? I'm KD. Yeah, and that's on me, baby. I be smoking hella gas with your sweets, baby. Got that drink up in my cup, it's Hennessy, baby. No fake love, what you get is what you see, baby. Gang, gang. If you ain't with the shits, get the fuck up out my face. I'm tryna level up, please don't make me catch a case. I'm headed to the top, bitches tryna ride my wave. If you ain't gang, gang, get the fuck up out my face.
It's so amazing, Vito.
Yeah. All I ever wanted was some money. Yeah. All I ever wanted was the money. The money. 10s, 20s, 50s, and the money. Now I'm thumbing. Yeah, I done came a long way from nothing. Yeah, all I ever wanted was the money. 10s, 20s, 50s, and the money. Now I'm thumbing.
in a clothing store. Unique packs got more in store. I've been ballin' for so long, niggas scared to check the score. Back to back like Kobe and Jordan. I get money, then I get some more. I spend money, then spend some more. That's what the fuck they made it for.
All I ever wanted was the money, the money. 10s, 20s, 50s, and the money. Now I'm thumbing. Yeah, I done came a long way from nothing. Yeah, all I ever wanted was the money. 10s, 20s, 50s, and the money. Now I'm thumbing. Hey, I done came a long way from nothing. I put the music first, bullshit secondary. Hard work and dedication, that's necessary. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Stay focused on my goals, so I'm never worried. So bold, flow cold like February. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Never been a lame, veteran in the game. Sick with the pen, put my competitors to shame. Never sneak this, I would've said your fucking name. Usually the head is where I aim, but I shred a nigga frame. I just want the money instead of all the fame. Like a peasant, like a change, you can never feel my pain. Rules to the street, embedded in my brain. That's KMOB, it's the set, it's what I claim. Fed up with your rhetoric, but never did complain. It felt like heroin, that medicine, put that up in your vein. Got that presidents ever since I was peddling that cane. The 187s for my brethren, so a legend I became. Bad to the gristle, had to shoot them pistols. Street cred like a pair of refs, I'm too official. Don't pursue an issue, I have the doc removing tissue. In the street, throwing my flag like I just blew a whistle. I put the music first, bullshit secondary. Hard work and dedication, that's necessary. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Stay focused on my goals, so I'm never worried. So bold, flow cold like February. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. My thoughts deeper than the ocean and scholars' mind combined. Being rich goes further than what dollar signs define. It ain't too many rappers with hotter lines than mine, so I stay focused and keep a solid grind to shine. No fad or gimmicks, my vocab is endless. Everything I jot in my notepad tremendous. Never hold back my vengeance, kill dope tracks relentless. MCs get bodied, leave them toe tagged and finished. Started writing rhymes, well crafted with rehearsal. Jumped in some ciphers, killed rappers in a circle. I do this too well, never lacking with the verbals. Came out my shell, started snapping like a turtle. Never chase the beat, everything is done smoothly. It's wicked when I spit it, kick it like a young Bruce Lee. Work ethic perfected like a young Gucci. Elite wordsmith, flow tighter than none Gucci. I put the music first, bullshit secondary. Hard work and dedication, that's necessary. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Stay focused on my goals, so I'm never worried. So bold, flow cold like February. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Greatness, every time you mention the team. Got the mind state of Simba, I was meant to be king. I stay writing, knowing what it might potentially bring. And spit harder than Triple H before he entered the ring. Every syllable precise, they ain't as lyrical or nice. Told to never stop working, that was some critical advice. Verses went up, they try to ridicule the price, but they miserable and I'm about to reach my pinnacle in life. They can't figure it out, I was born with the cheat codes. In the studio, always recording, I'm in beast mode. Rhymes on point, so it's important that the beat cold. This is legendary like Jordan over Elo. Switch never miss, always nothing but net. I gave my life to this game like Russian roulette. I want power, wealth, and plus the respect. Known to spit 1,000 bars without busting a sweat. It's fresh. I put the music first, bullshit secondary. Hard work and dedication, that's necessary. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. Stay focused on my goals, so I'm never worried. So bold, flow cold like February. I wanna be remembered when I'm dead and buried. When they ask about me, tell them I was legendary. See, most people are satisfied with being good. You got others that want to be great. But then there's a small few that want to be what we call legendary. I know what I'm aiming and striving to be, and that's legendary. 100.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar.
It's a new day, bruh. Suggest you raise the fuck up. Get the hell out of Dodge. Get caught up.
What up? Imperial SK mob, we in this bitch. Hey, dope. Niggas act like we playing or something. Try and go in and get them, you know what I'm saying? They gonna have us on this box shit. Yo.
Off the chart, put that shit, I run the city like a wild. Chopper hit you up and leave you spotted like a cow, baby. All eyes on me. SK with a scope. Picture me rolling about that money everywhere I go. See my ambition got me acting a fool. Strapped with that 40 like a copper too. Gather where you swim, we got shots in that pool. I know you don't want no problem, look up on to be cool. Niggas testing me like they just got something to prove, but only God can judge me if your life is lose. How long will they mourn you for they fucking your wife? If I don't kill you, bet my nigga fresh will kill you tonight. Pray to God that your artillery fire Imperial, we come a group when we ride. Still back in heat when it's cold outside. Run up on them cock back and let them shells fly. Like nigga hit them up, cause that's the way we born to ride. Niggas run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up. Say the niggas run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up.
I told real if I shoot first, ain't no need for blasting back. So pass me the pump like I'm having an asthma attack. And he gon' grab a Mac and splatter cats. A matter of fact, that thing like a snitch getting inked. Rat attack, we kill them all cause them suckers would tell. Have us like an iPhone battery stuck in the cell. So fuck a case, you get in the race when we bustin' them shells. Put a magazine in your face, no double XL. Testing us ain't wise, kiss them goodbye like Hennessy. Pull out fire, just off your vibes and your energy. It's like when Pac died, his spirit rise, then just enter me. See niggas I despise and start to ride on my enemies. Black mask, black gloves on, this is kill season. Even when all my slugs gone, I be still squeezing. I put life into my music, so that's the real reason. Even if I die tonight, I be still breathing.
Run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up. Say the niggas run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up.
Check yourself. You gotta snap some collars and let them motherfuckers know you there to take them out anytime you feel like it. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out the blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit.
Niggas run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up. Say the niggas run around and wanna pop shit, but they gon' fuck around and have me on my pop shit. Like nigga, I hit them up. Like nigga, I hit them up.
Hold them gang. It's the mob, nigga. Hey, Coogee. I think we got one. Hey, Bull.
Yeah.
You ready? Hey, talk to these niggas.
I had a vision, I be riding out with candy paint. Big dog without a post, I still man the paint. I been running off the fumes, I gotta gas the tank. Shit weird, cause mama home, but my daddy ain't. I been having all this pressure in my daddy place. Just cause I share the same name and got my daddy face. What you know about a legacy you can't erase? What you know about a life without a panic break? Where little niggas telling you the streets just ain't safe. So they wanna rap like you and build a safe grace. Secure the bag in the fam, they in a safe space. Scrambled eggs and bad bitches while they taste grapes. Amongst the fittest we survived when it was cold red. I know some niggas not alive, wish they was old heads. I take a gamble every day and beat the whole spread. Cause being black plus you rap can make you whole lead. 1,000 times I think about how people came and went. about how God gave me pieces, told me make it fit, or how I'm getting out the hood and trying to make a grip. But all my people keep on dying, just ain't making sense. See all these problems, no solutions for the fucking madness. There's plenty hopes, but no dreams, where's the fucking balance? When did living in Milwaukee become such a challenge? I know I'm special, so this drip, I won't spill a gallon. No wasted talents, nigga.
Man, it's sad in the streets. If you ain't dying from a nigga, man, you dying from police. Fuck playing ball, he'd rather play the streets. Can't close your eyes, you're seeing demons in your sleep. Nowadays, it don't matter, niggas dying with their heat. Told my mama, yeah, I pray, but I don't believe what they preach. Being that my Lord swear this shit ain't me. Knew some cool niggas, now they chillin' under sheets. Too many potholes, niggas fucking up the streets. Look me in my eyes, you probably cry what you see. I'ma make niggas believe everybody doubted me. Even family judged me, I was guilty robbery. Respect it, I ain't break, I ain't fold this shit in me. Don't think it's sweet, turn a nigga life to a memory. Broad day shooter, hit your whip like it's Kennedy. Bro plug was foreign, now they gave bro infinity. One man army, man, I'm moving like it's 10 of me. Niggas don't move, they always on that finna be. Hold them in the streets, look, I'm far from the industry. Gotta watch your own, they cross you out like the letter T. Nigga touch mines, man, I'm moving in the first degree. Did my homework, I bet I be the first to reach. Gotta make it back home just to see my baby sleep. Hold them, they ain't good, a nigga couldn't question me. Fuck Trump wall,
you want
I'm
the crown to
my
get down, you gotta earn some stripes. Stop lying to the king, this the circle of life. I'm coming straight from the trenches, knowing I'm God's son. Cause he ain't make me a legend, cause I was born one. If my sessions ain't a blessing, ain't no reason to meet. Every minute gotta be dollar when them kids gotta eat. I threw away my old books instead of turning the page. A lot of niggas nowadays don't even make it this age. Real talk, I'm feeling blessed on the stage. I know some niggas really locked down, trapped in that cage. Really doing life twice, not a couple of days. And they ain't even bad people, they just stuck in their ways. And if you ever hurt my seed, then I'm doing a quarter. 93 OG, I put that shit on my daughter. I heard Charlemagne saying, black men don't cheat. What about put them guns down? Black men don't beef. All these dreams and nightmares, I'm starting to feel like meat. Man, why the fuck did Trump had to take that seat? And it was tearing me up inside when my granny died. When bro told me he is showing every time he lied. And like Adele, I heard them voices through the other side. I asked myself, did he do it all because of pride? It's Verizon in my city, this shit nationwide. And it ain't even in my city, this shit nationwide. God.
This is a JayLamar Show exclusive.
Yeah. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the award-winning JayLamar Show, brought to you by Glazed Out TV, Intended Hit Productions, the Breezy Boy Reacts YouTube channel, and of course the HustleSiteBrand.com. I had to take a break. Honestly, had to take a break. Had to get my dinner in a little bit and use the bathroom, and of course was waiting on my current guest at the moment that we're going to have speak in a couple moments. If you've been listening to the show, if you haven't just listened to the show, if you came in late, I encourage you to go back and listen to the playback. Today's topic is men and mental health. We just had my homie Dub C's call in and kind of bless our presence a little bit. And now I have my uncle on the line, my homie Michael Jamal, formerly known as Pierre Smooth. You know what I'm saying, on the line. And it's kind of one of the people that actually sparked this conversation for today. What's good, Unc? What's good? It's been a minute, man.
Yeah. You already know, man. You know, it's you know, I find myself to chime in on your topics that are, you know, life. As far as dealing with men, I definitely like men and get my little 2 cents in because, you know, I'm not biased against women at all, but, you know, they don't speak about us kings enough. So I feel like, you know, when we get a chance to speak, I find myself making sure I get a chance to speak for us because it's well deserved. So, you know, I want to, you know, give you a big shout out and let you know I appreciate you giving us kings a platform to be able to express ourselves, man.
Gotcha. Most definitely. Well, I will go ahead and let you have the floor. We got about 30 minutes left. So I'll let you take that up, and whatever. I'll let you go ahead and have the floor, my brother.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to use the whole 30 minutes, but
I ain't gonna try not to hold that whole 30 minutes, but I can get a little long-winded. It runs in the family.
Hey, I mean, if you feel the need to, go ahead. The rest of the floor is yours. But I mean, like I said, we just have 30 minutes, but you don't have to use it. But if you want to use it, the floor is yours.
You already, man. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. Yesterday was to fall on what he was saying, as far as him saying that I sparked the fire. I lit the fire in him yesterday, and it's a recap on me talking about depression and overcoming a lot of things and steps we have to take as men to be able to get through these moments. For myself, the depression came because of love. Depression became real hard on me when I wasn't always around my children. Right. Being a father of 4 and having one afar, back home, which is your oldest nephew, as your oldest. Right. You know what I mean? And then we got the 2 girls, and then my youngest son that are over here on the East Coast with me in Dover, Delaware. So when it came to a point where I wasn't seeing them on everyday basis like I wanted to. Having kids in separate states is real hard to balance out. I don't know how many fathers can do that, or how many fathers have done it where they try to balance out having children in 2 different states. Right. Not seeing your kid, and being a loner, and not always having your family around to be able to pick you up when you're down. When you don't have your kids and you are a parent that care for your children, that hits hard when you do not get to see them, man, for real.
Right.
It can cause you to go into a trance where, I'm saying, you're trying to figure out why. Right. You can call yourself in a trance where you're blaming yourself, and in the end of the day, it's like you can't keep blaming yourself, because the more you keep blaming yourself, the more you keep beating yourself into more depression, into now probably going into possible suicide thoughts or suicide attempts, and or you might catch yourself where you shutting out the whole world and you don't talk to nobody and can't nobody get in contact with you. We all know there's different levels of depression. You know what I'm saying? Right. But what the world doesn't understand, majority of the world, I feel like doesn't understand that we men go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's only fair for us to now speak upon it, because a lot of us kings are starting to fade because of those type of issues, and because we don't have a platform for somebody to actually listen to us. So you know what I mean? Being able to be on here to be able to speak about this is very, 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 very beneficial for me right now, because just yesterday morning alone, I had my own, mental breakthrough, where I was trying to figure out why things were going at the way that they were going when I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to do. Right. Now, this is the different level of depression where it's now about self now. I'm wondering, what am I doing wrong? And why is it that I cannot elevate past the level that I've already been. When you know you've accomplished something and you know you could do more, you're constantly beating yourself up and asking exactly what is it that I am doing wrong, and if I can fix it, what is it that I need to do to fix it. And when you get into those moments like that, those tug of wars, as I call them, in your head, you know what I mean? Like you really start to come up with gray hairs. You start to start getting wrinkles around the eyes when you ain't supposed to be having it, and you're only 25 years old and stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and you start partaking into. Some people start partaking into certain drugs that they know they aren't used to doing, and then some people get heavy into liquor, and some people get heavy into themselves. That's where it gets heavy for me. You know what I mean? Right. I'm always in my head. I'm always by myself. I'm always writing. You know, we as artists, you know, we're always in our head. We're always trying to think of a new plan of making new money, or think of a new way out, or thinking of a new something. We're always thinking, you know. So, you know, especially between Pisces and Aries, I could say that's one thing that we do, is that we think. And especially if we have that time to ourselves. For me, as an Aries, like, it's hard. That Pierre Smooth, that alter ego, everybody, you know, they like, well, what do he said, formerly known as Pierre Smooth. That's really an alter ego. Like, seriously, you'll hear it in my music, and you know what I mean. And I try my best to deal with the beating myself up and being in my head so much. I try to deal with it by writing, or find somebody to talk to. We as men don't have a lot of ways to be able to get it out. So, you know what I mean? Again, and I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but it needs to be heard, and it needs to be understood that we as men don't have enough platforms to be able to express our life, our style as a man, or as our mental health as a man. You know, I said on my live yesterday, they already classified that when we come out the womb, we are supposed to be taught to stand on our own once we become a certain age. And then once we become a certain age to stand on our own, we are now supposed to be able to take care of the household that we are left to take over, if we are left to take over our household. So then now once we are left to take over our household, in that in-between time, we never got to be able to become a child, because as we were probably helping mom be big brother and also be a dad at the same time, because mom and daddy is at work on an 8 to dang near 12-hour shifts. And now you got to step up with little brother and little sister and take care of them. So now you got to add that stress on as you're getting older and getting older. But we don't get to talk about it, because we are supposed to take on all these titles and suck it up and say, hey, this is what mommy told us to do, or this is what dad told us to do, and we are supposed to do it. You know what I mean? So we don't get to really express ourselves. But females, they are classified to be able to express their feelings. They are supposed to be known as emotional creatures, as my man would call them, or baby boy, unstable creatures. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're supposed to be able to express their feelings. They are known to do all of this. Cool, we understand that. But when does it come to a point where a man is supposed to say, I am done. I need someone to listen to me. I need someone to hear me, and I need someone to let me cry. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men are told that we aren't supposed to cry. Bullshit. Excuse my French, y'all. Sorry. Right. But that's bull. Who said we aren't supposed to? You know what I'm saying? What on what grounds does it make us less of a man to cry? You dig what I'm saying? It doesn't. It doesn't make you less of a man. It actually makes you a better man because you are understanding certain things. You start to understand your feelings more. You start to understand. Sometimes tears is clarity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know if you understand that, but sometimes tears can be clarity for you to say, okay, all right, I get it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It could give you your what's that, confirmation for you to understand that it's okay to let it go now. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that's why, I threw the comment under there while you was, when you was, letting everybody know, like, I'm getting a little emotional, hold on for a second. Nah, man, let that shit out. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let that shit out, let that shit go. Sometimes we hold it in for so long, and we don't get that opportunity to let it go. And here it is, your opportunity. Let that shit go. You'll feel better in the end. You know what I mean?
Well, no, when I did that, like, because I didn't want to, I didn't want it to interrupt the stream. You know what I'm saying? Me, I do let mine out. I'm not a person that holds mine back anymore. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's. I like to do it when I take the time to myself, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? So me, at that moment, it was kind of like, keeping myself in a workspace and then dealing with it later, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'll get, again, reacting off of emotion, you know what I'm saying? I'll go off way into some other shit, and then it gets, it gets out of hand. So, but you are definitely right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am glad that, you know what I'm saying, more men are starting to come out and address, you know what I'm saying, be transparent about it and not feel like they have to hide it in, because that is the most dangerous part about it, is hiding it in. Like you said, we are, pretty much, we are, like, and Dub C said it earlier too, we're, you know what I'm saying, we're supposed to be the warriors, you know what I'm saying, but we have to understand us men are human, and you know what I'm saying, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay for you to cry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. And I think that it's real good that a lot more brothers, especially us black men, and I want to take it there a little bit, not to be on a racial shit, but us black men, you know what I'm saying? It is a lot. It is refreshing to see that a lot more black men are starting to pay more attention to their mental health, because you know what I'm saying, that mental health will have a lot to do with your physical health, and if your health overall isn't right, ain't nothing else that you got going on is gonna matter. That's why I take the time, and my clients get mad at me all the time, but I'm like, hey, I need a break. Like, I love y'all keep me going, but I need a break, because if I don't take this break, I'm not going to be healthy, and if I'm not healthy, I can't do what I need to do for y'all, and I can't do what I need to do for me and everybody that's dependent on me. So, it's things like that, but I'm glad to see, and it's a lot more refreshing that a lot more brothers are starting to come out and be transparent about it and not feel like they have to hide. And this goes back to one of my favorite sayings is, fuck everybody else's judgments. Do what the fuck you need to do for you. They are going to talk about you whether it's good or whether it's bad. So fuck, I don't see anything else. I don't see anybody else's opinions anymore. I just I just see what's at the best for me, and if as long as it's best for me and those around me, then it's gonna happen. And if you wanna talk about it, in whichever which way you wanna feel some type of way, you're more than welcome to feel that way. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter worth two shits, because no matter what you think or say, I'm gonna continue to do it.
That's big facts. That's big facts. I had also mentioned. Because I don't know how many of your followers follow me as well, but we got a couple followers that follow each other,
right.
That bounce piggy back and forth. But my live yesterday, I don't know if you remember, I had mentioned that our minds can be the devil's playground. For some people, that could mean a lot, of this, and that could mean a lot of that. But when I speak about the devil's playground, I speak of it because it's the weakest part of our bodies. We react sometimes faster than we actually sit back and, take heed and just listen or just look before we take action sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call our impulse.
Right.
Reacting for impulse. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So, but the devil, we call it the devil's playground for us religious people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody is religious on here. But for those that understand what I'm saying, he takes advantage of the mind, because when we are alone, we have nothing else to let it out at too. Where the thoughts sometimes become, I had mentioned that the thoughts sometimes become like they're being spoken out loud. It feels like somebody's actually talking to you. Right. And they're actually your own thoughts. And it's because, now you're playing with your mind, going back and forth saying, all right, should I do this or should I do that? Or I can't trust this motherfucker because they done did this and that. And they probably ain't did nothing wrong to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That right there, man. When I tell you, you go through battles with yourself, sometimes as men, we have got to literally sit back and not even sit back, get up and just walk and go get some air. Like when we go through stuff like that, man, we got to take the opportunity and go get some air. We got, take a walk, write a song, for us artists. We might want to even go hit the gym, if you're trying to get in shape, or if you, what else can we do as men? Some men like to, work on carpentry. I don't know, go build something. Go outside and build a tree house for your kid or something. You know what I mean? We have to learn to channel in on what's more important, instead of what our mind is allowing us to think of that is less important, if you get what I mean. So like I channeled so much energy on trying to, let me try to put it without having to be rude about it, but I put so much energy in trying to prove myself of being a father,
right, that
I lost sight of who I am as a person. So I didn't, you know what I mean? I had been sleeping on the streets. I had been, sacrificing for other people, sleeping on different couches and stuff like that. Sacrificing because I'm trying to get stable, but I can't, because I gotta pay this person and I gotta pay that person when I stay here and that. You know what I mean? So I'm going through a whole lot, man. A whole lot of sacrifice for to be a father. I channeled in on trying to be a father, knowing I am a great father. You know what I'm saying? Trying to prove myself when I haven't really got myself together. I'm constantly trying to do for them, but I haven't gotten myself together. So how can I do for them if I can't do for myself? You dig what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
It's not fair to my kids that I constantly bring them into a different situation each time I gotta move because of a certain situation or whatever the case may be. Now I gotta pick up and move again. So every time they come and see me, I started to understand why their mother said, listen, we're not great, keep taking you here, there, and everywhere. Cool, understandable. But as a father, it's like, why? They're good when they're with their father, and no harm is going to happen. You know what I mean? So now you're battling with yourself, man. You're battling, trying to figure out what to do to prove yourself to be a good man and a good father. And you know damn well you're a good man and good father.
Right.
But now you sitting there and you like, well, shit. I can't even, once I get them, I can't even take them to get a slice of pizza if I wanted to, because I done spent the money to pay for my room to lay my head and make sure I had a place for them to come and see me, or I done paid my money to get me something to eat because I didn't, I had to pay to get my room for a whole week, and then I got a couple of hours to get me something to eat, knowing that, you know what I mean? Like it's real hard, man. It's hard as a parent and as a father to have to battle with yourself, so don't allow yourself to beat yourself up. Get up and do something. Change that negative energy into something positive. There's something for us men to do. And I understand that you know what I mean, we get caught up in our heads, man. That's our weakest place. That's the quickest place for us to get caught up and forget who we are as a man or as a father or as a person, period. Do not get caught up in trying to prove yourself to someone else. Channel in on what needs to be fixed. Once you fix you, everything else will come into play that is supposed to be into play. Sometimes we force things that aren't supposed to be in play because we think it's best for us. But when God presented it to us, he showed us a way that it wasn't supposed to be. And instead of taking that choice that he put in front of us, we chose to go our way because we felt that it was right for us.
Right. Yep. Felt that one.
You dig what I'm saying?
Definitely felt that.
So just take that time now for some men that are still trying to figure it out. Just stop. I had to get told that 2 days in a row in the past couple of days. Just stop and think. Today was a restful day for me. Like, I got to sit my ass down and actually go to sleep today and channel in on some shit. Like,
right.
I got to think today. Like, I got to put things into play, put things into my calendar that I was supposed to been put in my calendar. I got to do that today. Right. You know what I mean? All in law, I got to chill with my nephew, my niece and nephews today that I didn't get to see. I haven't seen in so long. You know what I mean? Like, I got to take care of my sick nephew today. Like, you know, I got to do things that I actually like doing. You know what I mean? Right. And it kept me from thinking about. It keeps me pushing. It keeps that fire lit right now. So just take that time out to stop, y'all. It's okay to take the time out to stop. It's okay to cry. You know, giving and closing on my feelings on the mental health or whatever. It's okay to stop and listen to yourself, to listen and let it out. Excuse me. It's okay to stop and cry. It's okay to stop and think for yourself for once. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. You know what I'm saying? To give confirmation to some men, they be like, man, I can't be selfish. The ones that can't be selfish, that's weak on giving and saying yes, it's okay to say no.
Right.
Because guess what? When you say no, and I learned that from watching my nephew right here on this radio station, when you say no, you save a lot more.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
in
he
more
may
ways
not
than
say it
one.
like that, but that's my saying. If you know what I mean, that's real. If you say no, you save a lot more, man, and you can do for yourself. You can do a lot more for yourself. Make yourself happy.
Right.
But do not be afraid, men, to talk to someone. You know what I mean? Just don't be afraid to talk to someone. Don't be afraid to let go and let God. You know what I'm saying? If anybody ever wants to talk, if anybody want to, holler at me, man, you could definitely follow me on anywhere at one Michael Jamal. That's the @ with the number 1 capital M and the capital J, MICHAELJAMAL. Follow me anywhere at one Michael Jamal, because there's only one Michael Jamal, bringing back that real R&B movement. You can follow me on Facebook at Michael Jamal Spencer. You see me tagged on a few of his posts, JayLamar's posts. Inbox me, man. Come holler at me. I'm open. I'm an open book. I'm willing to tell you my story. That what I mentioned, I actually sugarcoated, and he'll tell you I sugarcoated a little bit of my story.
Yeah.
Big time. I think I put a lot of sugar on mine, because I got some shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That could really show y'all how I really went in deep depression. You know, he mentioned that he was in mild depression. I went into deep depression to where I, went and submitted myself in a psychiatric hospital and everything, and got the help that I was supposed to get before I brought harm to myself, before I brought harm to someone else. You know, I remember you mentioned that you didn't get that far. Well, I was one that did get that far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and he was there to witness that too. So, you know, and in my time of getting therapy and everything like that, man, I took heed to what them people were talking about while I laid down on that lounge. You know what I mean? I took heed.
Right.
Talk to someone. Do not hold that thing in. And anybody will tell you, if you with me, I will talk you to death.
Yeah. It runs in the family.
I will talk you to death, man. And it works. Talking definitely works. Talking to yourself doesn't, because you don't get the answer you're supposed to get. Sometimes, just one more thing, one more WY2K moment. All right. When I say talk to someone, find someone that is going to listen, but also give you beneficial advice that's going to continue to uplift you, but not beat you down. Not to tell you you're wrong, but to tell you what was wrong about the situation. Find someone that is going to say, I got your back, even when you were wrong. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Do not confide in someone that you know is still trying to get their life right. That does not work. If you try to confide in somebody that's trying to get their life right, their own issues are going to fall off onto you, because you're trying to be their crutch, and their crutch is already broke.
Right.
It doesn't help you out. You feel what I'm saying? So find that one person that you can confide in, that you can actually come and talk to, that will not judge you, that will not beat you down while you're already down. Find that person. It works. I'm telling you. It definitely works, man. Just a little WY2K moment again for you guys by Michael Jamal, man. For real.
Most definitely. Well, brother, I appreciate you as always, giving your insight. Yeah, you know, we're gonna get an actual interview with him pretty soon, y'all. Like I said, I've been holding off on interviews on purpose, just so I can get some things structured with the show, a little bit more better structure with interviews. I actually do have an interview announcement to announce for next week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, I most definitely appreciate you giving us calling in and chiming in. I thank you for bringing up your story yesterday to be able to spark this conversation, because, I mean, while honestly I did say I was getting emotional on air, I do feel a little bit better about it now that I've been able to share with everybody and have the listeners here and have everybody that's going to listen after. Of course, I'll still have my moments, but, we're human and that's going to happen. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Most definitely, we definitely will have you back for an official artist interview here in a couple weeks. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you calling in. Like I said, I thank you for bringing that up, because, I definitely think a lot of people needed to hear this live. That's going to listen tonight. I think they're going to needed to hear it. It's definitely something that needs to be touched on a lot more by a lot of different people in different positions. So, I just felt that, okay, since my brothers immediately around me are, jumping on it, I definitely need to as well. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for sparking that fire. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro.
You already know me, man. You know what I mean? I love you. I'm actually going to make sure this week I get in the studio and do a drop for you for once, finally.
Finally. Yes, please. It's been too long. Jesus.
I'm definitely going to make sure I take care of that. And to everybody else, man, definitely make sure you follow me. I do still have that Michael Jamal versus Pierre Smooth LP out on all major platforms. You can definitely check that out and get a nice little intro of who I am and what I represent. And be on the lookout. Like he said, we got something real nice that I'm going to be dropping a single.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Definitely. When do we get to actually? I know we're working on what's the date again that we get to. Oh, we can't say that yet, right? We can't say that yet.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The shooting of the date that I'm shooting to release the actual track. I'm going to, release that thing more than likely the day after your birthday, my good man.
Oh shit. So y'all gonna get a double dose that week because on my birthday I dropped Perspective Part 2.
Exactly.
So then that means that Tuesday is gonna be a couple world premieres on here. So make sure y'all look out for that. Then go ahead.
We're gonna right after that we're gonna be releasing a video for the single on my birthday. So on the 29th.
That's at the end of March. So
exactly.
And so next week, y'all will get more perspective, no pun intended, on what's getting ready to happen with both of our projects. It's funny how that word just like fits into everything now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, since it's been introduced to me, it made a big part of my life. It's funny how it just fits into everything I have to say now. But nonetheless, you guys will be able to get insight on what's going on. I have actually a full schedule of how Perspective Part 2 is going to be presented. It's going to start off that Sunday. The intention is to have a world premiere on Dub C's Underground Power Hour show. And then to follow up with me live on that Tuesday, which is the 17th. We'll have the world premiere here. And then Wednesday, on my birthday, on the 18th, it drops officially everywhere. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's not going to be everywhere. It's only going to be on Spotify and Apple Music. I take that back. Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Music. Those are the only 3 platforms it's going to be on. I did that for a reason. And then on the 19th, y'all get to hear the new single from Michael Jamal, which is Deserve It, which a quick background before we got to go. We got 2 minutes left. But I actually, so Michael Jamal he's an R&B singer, kind of a more old school type of vibe. And, you know what I'm saying, he sometimes likes to dibble and dabble and, rap a little bit, you know what I mean? So, a few months ago, I kind of, I guess you could say called him out, issued a challenge that he comes out with a rap to try to do something a little bit different. I didn't tell him what to rap about. I just said, just do something. Surprise me. And I've heard the track. I've heard it for a while now. But, we've been working on releasing it and things of that nature. I kind of act as a marketing manager for him. So we kind of been working on how we want to release it. Just came up with the cover art a couple weeks ago. Kind of one of my most impressives that I've ever done myself, if I may say. Didn't even do one as good for myself. Jeez. But anyway, so he dibble and dabbled back into rapping a little bit. But he's kind of telling his story, which if you remember from today's show and then remember when that track comes out, you'll see a lot of correlation between the two. So I'm really looking forward for y'all to hear from that, man. I know I've already heard it. I know I like it. I've already heard it. Can't wait for y'all to hear it. But Unc, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm going to actually call you back in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show real quick.
For sure, man. Y'all stay blessed, stay beautiful. Always keep God first. Bless up kings and queens.
Well, yes, sir. All right, I'm going to hit you up in a minute.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is my time today. Thank you, Space Case, for sitting here listening to the show. Thank you to each and every person that will listen live, that may have listened, that's going to have listened on the playback. I appreciate you for listening this far along. I know this show gets kind of got long-winded, but I appreciate y'all. We do have an interview next week. I'm gonna make the announcement on the JayLamar Show Facebook page here in a little bit, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. But until then, till next time, let's get ready to hustle. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
You are now tuned into the award-winning The JayLamar Show. Live with JayLamar. Let's get ready to hustle! The JayLamar Show.